All right. Welcome to the Dtm Experience, baby. I just got some dinner. Okay. Move this one a little bit. Hey, mister, how you doing? Literally just getting on. Just getting into my intro. Enjoying some dinner. Getting ready to see what's up in the YouTube world. Before I stream on Twitch later. Anything new and interesting? A lot? Do pray tell, please. I like that song. Alright, my intro is over. Let the games begin. No, wait, no games. Just stream. With yours truly, Dtm. Yes. You must pray tell what's going on in the world today. I kind of feel bad for Aiden right there. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hasanabi? Are we talking about Hasanabi? Damn, I'm gonna lose all my content. Fuck! Damn it! That's awesome, man. And what I mean by awesome, I mean not awesome. What did Hassan do? Although I believe Hasanabi is a bigot, I do firmly believe that you don't necessarily just ban anyone or all things. But I'm curious what he did. Can someone please ban his uncle though from having a media franchise? Let Hasanabi do his thing. All right. So now I'm gonna have to investigate this. Dude, anyone who watches Hasanabi's content, just from the when he posts his videos and stuff, the dude is one of the most disrespectful human beings on this planet, potentially. Alright, Excuse me. After rebroadcasting on his Kanye interview. Oh no, he got freaking banned for that. His fellow liberals banned him for that. Dude, I know people don't want Kanye speaking the truth. But damn. Twitch. You guys are bigots. Both sides are bigots, actually. To a large extent. It depends if they generalize or not. Excuse me. What do you mean, It's like, this was 5 hours ago. Like, what have you been watching? The prolific. They called him prolific. Why would you even give him any such credit? Prolific. Nah, man. Hasanabi's a bigot. He doesn't necessarily deserve to be banned, but the dude is cringe. I can't believe he got banned for that, though. That's so fucking funny, man. On YouTube. Oh, dude. I'm just so fucking... This is hilarious. All the dude does is demean and attack people. That's all he does. He's toxic. Okay. Everyone's up. So everyone's doing the Twitch ban from it. And then what filters? And then oh, and just today. Gotcha. Excuse me. Damn, everyone's gonna be going. Oh, this is gonna be great. Dude, you know how Hasanabi likes to go after people, make fun of them, demean them, talk about bigotry, not actually talk about it, about other people in terms of he is acting like a bigot and is a bigot. Actually, he is a bigot. It's not that he's acting. And now everyone's going to be using him for content, dude. Everyone's going to be milking Hasanabi for content. The money train is here. So, what? Which one? What's the best good stuff? And again, I don't think Hasanabi should be banned for his political views. I don't think he should be banned for showing Kanye or anything or that interview. I saw a little bit of that interview. So I guess I'll be banned next. But actually, that was probably mostly on YouTube. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But dude, man, like, stop banning Kanye West, people. Stop it. There's no point in banning Kanye West. He's an honest person who's saying things to prove a point. That the world is full of bigoted people. And that people are going after him just because he's saying the things that will ruin their sponsors, ruin their financial situations. The Daily Wires, you name it. I guess his uncle, the Turk, whatever, that owns the Turk Media dude, I guess he doesn't care as much, but... media establishments are running from this dude. And I don't know if I care much for XQC, though. He's best buddies with Hasanabi. They're best buddies, right? Yeah, I mean, XQC, man. This guy's, man, he's one of his buddies. No offense to you, XQC, but you're one of his buddies.
Everyone knows that?
I don't got good vibes about XQC.
Enemy banned. Guys, it'll last like an hour. Probably the DMC last thing was doing was loading a kind of interview.
You know what? Just for the sake of it, I want to see. Okay, we'll see his buddy's reaction then.
Gynus. And producer retweeted his ban. They sniped.
So, and Hasanabi, you like to criticize this country. You like to promote your socialistic ideals. You like to promote banning people and stuff like that, or canceling people. Hasanabi himself, he likes to cancel people. Well, next time, before you open your mouth, just remember, you could be the one that gets canceled or banned. And remember, it would be people like myself that disagree with you, that say, it wasn't okay for you to be banned or canceled. Of course, thankfully, he's a TI Dom, so maybe he'll understand that part. But just remember, Hasanabi, just fucking remember, when you're down, that's when you see who your friends are. Don't be so eager to create enemies. You bigot.
They fucking sniped his ass. You know, chat.
No, wait. Are they buddies?
Keep it a buck.
Hey X, are you gonna play the new game Callisto Protocol?
Chat. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
You know what? Never mind.
agree with that.
Never mind. XQC's not his buddy. No, that don't sound like buddy at all. XQC's like, here's the money, baby. I'm gonna make some money off Asanabi. I got like cheesy fingers. Oh, dude. Oh, dude.
You guys can say big said and whatever. I think that's fucking cringe. I think it's cringe. Okay. Wanna know what's cringe? Because if you say you're doing an action that they deem is fine, unless you don't agree with them. If you don't agree with their opinion, they do that. I don't know. I don't think I agree with that. I think it's lame as fuck. Okay. When you partake in a public dialogue that's opinionated, right? And you're willing to let people like comment or whatever, and you go in DMCA and then curve the law in your.
Hey, mister. Has XQC ever said anything about Kanye West? Or about him being canceled? Ever? Do you know? Do we know? Do we know if he has ever said anything about Kanye West? Or anyone that he disagrees with about being banned? Because I just want everyone to know whether he's a hypocrite or not. But the frenemies? Dude, man, QFC's going to be milking, man. He's going to be milking his frenemy buddy then.
In these ways, because you're not getting the response you want or the opinion that you want, and that's like the most cowardice shit. You guys say it's Bazin and Chad, it's the opposite. It's the most weakest shit. It's bottom of the barrel, weak ass energy. Okay? I don't care who does this. I don't care if it's a political Andy, left wing, right wing, up wing, fucking backward circle. I don't give a fuck. If
Good.
you flex DMCA, right, and use it in nefarious ways because you don't agree with somebody, you're a fucking bitch ass.
Good. There you go.
Spineless. Says me. Says
Good.
Me. Yeah, says me. I don't care.
Good. That's what I want to hear.
Nah, it's a good take. You're just lame. You're just lame. Because the reality is that these DMC claims are very difficult to claim for them because it's transformative in nature, right? So
Well, you answered my question pretty much.
and they know for a fact that they'll get any immediate results by doing that shit. Because that's how
I'll say the same shit. Conservative, you name it. I will say the same shit. I don't care which side you are. I'm not playing that political ball game. No ban, no cancel. I do believe in freedom of speech. And I also believe that Kanye West shouldn't be banned or canceled for his speech, especially when he's trying to prove a point. He's not actually, it's not like he actually loves Nazis. He's doing a point. Everything he does is a point. The man's been canceled, he's proven who are the bigots, who are not. He's being honest. And it's funny that anyone who is not promoting but watching Kanye West is going to get canceled or banned themselves. Oh, I know. I saw a little bit of that too. A little bit of it, what I could, you know. Until, you know. I do have to focus on my Twitch chatters often, so I'll try to watch the content, but then I have to focus on my Twitch chatters too. So, but I've been watching a decent amount of it, and it's like I even put out a video earlier today on YouTube. I will not disavow anything Kanye West has said. What I say is that I may disagree with what he's saying, but I will not disavow him to have his freedom of speech to say what he wants, because I know that he is a good person and that he believes in Christian values and he believes in forgiveness. So he's not a harm to society and will not be harming people in society physically. He's not going to murder or kill anybody. Kanye West is not a psychopath. Therefore, I don't care what he says. If a psycho is outside saying, I love Nazis, and he has history of hurting people, I am probably going to say he needs to go. Something needs to happen to that person. Probably, I don't know. Charged with something. I don't know anything. But I would not trust that type of person. Kanye West, not that. He's fine. But, oh shit. But, all because Kanye West is putting all these media outlets, their financial situations at risk, everyone is canceling him. Everyone is afraid of losing their monies. It's amazing.
retweeted his man. They sniped. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't even agree with that.
Here, I'm gonna say that again.
You say BZ and whatever. I think that's fucking cringe. I think it's cringe. Okay. Well, what's cringe? Because if you say you're doing an action that they deem is fine, unless you don't agree with them. If you don't agree with their opinion, they do that. I don't know. I don't think I agree with that. I think it's lame as fuck. Again, when you partake in a public dialogue that's opinionated, right, and you're willing to let people like comment or whatever, and you go in DMCA and then curve the laws in these ways, because you're not getting the response you want or the opinion that you want, that's like the most coward.
All right, I'm gonna give my respects. I'm gonna retort some of the mean things I've said about XQC earlier, about him being best buddies with Asanabi. So I will give him some respects on this. I like what I saw. Excuse me. So Kanye West and Andrew Tate are the same personality type, and both of them are saying honest truth, and both of them have logical points that they take to the extreme to a certain extent. Kanye, on the other hand, is a little bit different in terms of Tate and what he's doing. Kanye is trying to prove a point. He's trying to prove that there are groups of people that are bigots in this world. Those that are targeting him are bigots. If you are canceled because you say something, it could be I love Nazis. If you're going to be canceled based on that alone, and this is the point that he's proving, like there is no freedom of speech. You can't say whatever you want. If you do, you will be banned. Your wallet will be stricken. Your wallet will be stricken. You'll be canceled. You'll be hurt. There are people in this world that are out to get you if you put their financial situations at risk. And those people, in media, like with the Ben Shapiro's and the Candace Owens, like protecting Daily Wire on the conservative side, for example. And then you got all these other liberal media outlets that also don't want. If they're covering Kanye, it's because they disagree with him. You won't see any of them talk about anything about support or anything like that. Any pros, they'll be like mental illness. He's mentally ill. He needs help. And that's about it. And then everything else is, don't have him on. Don't pay attention to them. Don't pay attention to Kanye West. Ban him. Get rid of him. He's mentally ill.
It's bottom of the barrel, weak ass energy. Okay. I don't care who does this.
But he's not mentally ill to that extent.
Left wing, right wing, up wing.
Yes, he's got bipolar, but the dude's just being honest about his financial situation, most importantly.
Circle, I don't give a fuck. If you flex DMCA, right, and use it in nefarious ways because you don't agree with somebody, you're a fucking bitch ass. Pussy. Spineless. Says me. Says you. Yeah, says me. I don't care. Shut up. Nah, it's a good take. You're just lame. You're just lame. Because the reality is that these DMCA claims are very difficult to claim for them, because it's transformative in nature, right? To a certain degree. And they know for a fact that they'll get an immediate results by doing that shit. Because that's how it is. The free speech defenders Cito himself.
Well, Twitch is a feminist platform.
Yeah, that's lame. I like it.
I mean, Jesus. Everything there is to be clicked. We know Twitch. We know Twitch is a feminist platform that promotes, or at least inside, very woke in nature, so. Kanye West did it to prove a point. And I like how you say his remarks. Kanye West is not an anti-Semite. He is not. He's not going to be, holocausting the Jews. He's not going to be hurting or harming the Jews. He's not going to be doing anything like that. They'll ban him. You know what the funny thing is? He probably has a mask on right there because he's sensitive to certain lights. But anyway. People don't ask the questions. Like, no one cares about Kanye. No one cares about Kanye All they care about is something that he said. They don't care about what's going through the man. They'll say that he has mental health issues. They'll say that he has mental health issues. But what are they doing to help him? Nothing. Are they asking the real question is, what's going on, Kanye? What happened? What caused you to get into this state of mind? What caused you to say this? No. You said something anti-Semitic. And you need to suffer, and you need to pay for it. You need to apologize. Your people around you need to apologize for you. You need to be canceled, or you will be canceled if you don't apologize. It's unbelievable, the dishonesty that's going on, and Kanye West is pointing it out. This is why I'm a firm supporter of Kanye. Firm supporter. I don't agree with what he says to prove his point, but I will never disavow him or his right to say those things. At the end of the day, he doesn't necessarily mean them in the way people are saying. He's doing it to prove a point. That's how he means them. That's the only way. Or otherwise, unless we go into the Christian values area, which if you're a true Christian, guess what? You just signed up to forgive Hitler. And if you didn't, well, don't go to the pulpit. Excuse me. Especially don't be a Catholic. Don't be a Mormon. And don't be Jehovah. So far, he's only at 79 views. What's with that? Is it because he said something that's unpopular? He said fuck both sides, pretty much. Actually, you see right there, it said fuck both sides. It doesn't matter what side you are. Don't be striking videos down. Don't be doing that. Don't be doing those strikes. I wonder what Hasanabi's thinking. Like, his left has betrayed him. The left has betrayed Hasanabi. And also, this doesn't pay to be a TI user. Because TI users, by default, you know, they kind of sort through the truth. Depending on how high the stack is, you know, depends how annoying they can be. But anyway, that's so interesting. Like, is there anything on his, like, on any statements or anything like that? Excuse me. No offense to these creators. I don't know, like, there's just this guy that was 17 hours ago, and then this was 7 hours ago. Like, everyone's on the milk train, but I don't want to give everyone, you know, the benefit of my viewage for their dollars. I only want to, at best I can, view people that are actually, you know, honest and truthful. And deserve my view. If that makes sense. Or not, either or. Maybe I could retort. This guy's probably boring.
At Playground special report. Hassan Piker received a copyright strike and a 48-hour ban from Twitch.
Oh, that's it?
During yesterday's live stream.
That's it? Just a 48-hour ban? Twitch, you're a bunch of pussies. But also, you shouldn't be banning for something like that in the first place.
Hassan Abi broadcast. Hassan was doing commentary on a censored TV interview Proud Boys founder Gavin McInnes did with rapper Ye and white nationalist Nick Fuentes. During the stream, Hassan went dark and viewers were greeted with a screen saying content was removed from this channel at the request of the copyright holder. While the interview itself was copyrighted, the commentary that Hassan was adding was transformative enough in nature to make it free use. And in fact, Asmund Gold watched the same exact interview with more viewers and was not copy struck. So what happened? Well, Hassan posted the email he received from Twitch, and it states, Censored TV CTO Ray Aguilar contacted Twitch directly to raise the strike. This was a direct attack on Hassan's stream done nefariously to get him taken down because they did not like what he was saying about their content. The email went on to say the offending content had been removed and Hassan's Twitch account will be suspended for 48
what is it? I have not. I don't even understand the Liver King stuff. You gotta
hours.
maybe explain to me like what that's all about.
Hassan should be back up and streaming on
I've
Thursday.
never heard of the Liver King.
This has been a sin for Proletariat Playground. Thank you for watching.
That was informative. Oh God, Tectone. Fucking Tectone. His viewers continue to kind of climb a little, climb downwards a little bit. Tash is outdoing him. It's all because Tectone keeps on shitting on the Genshin community. What an idiot. Unless he wants to tank his viewage, then you're smart. Hasanabe only getting banned for 48 hours. So Twitch, they're just a bunch of wussies. Hassan should do it again. Or I mean not, yeah. He should do it again. Just to piss off Twitch. Just to piss them the fuck off. Raw meats. Okay. That. Yeah. Raw meat and bull's testicles. I don't think that's the way to go. Yeah, especially if you don't want to die from diseases or from salmonella and other shit. Like, oh my god. More plates, more dates. Excuse me. He spent 12 to 15K a month on steroids and PEDs. How can someone so dishonest or be so dishonest right there? I don't understand that. And there's obviously no long-term thought there either, because it's like, eventually you're gonna get caught. Like, no one gets away with anything in this world. No one ever gets away with any one thing in this world at all. Eventually, if you do something terrible or bad, you will get caught. Hell. What? We even know who, well, he didn't pay for it, but, the... Shit. What was it? Jack the Ripper. I mean, we even know who he was, so unfortunately he didn't get to pay in his lifetime, but anyway. But in time, he was caught. Yeah, that's not right. Yeah, that's not right. That is not right whatsoever. Who does the video? Excuse me. Oh, so that's what he's holding? Oh.
Leaked emails.
And, oh, you said it earlier. You said more plates.
Steroid cycle breakdown. That's what we're going to be getting into in this video, and it is shocking to say the least. Before we do, though, it only feels fitting to go back to the beginning, because this very much feels like a story that has come full circle for us on this channel, and do it the justice it deserves by fleshing it out from inception. When I first noticed the Liver King, he had 1% of the following he does now across all platforms, if that. And within a year, he has managed to build a fan base of millions of followers and has been on several of the biggest podcasts in the world, echoing his message to the masses. His message centers around 9 core ancestral tenets, which have remained the cornerstone of his content since day one: sleep, eat, move, shield, connect, cold sun, fight, and bond. And apparently there's a 10th one he sometimes likes to throw in there, which is fun. Liver King believes the modern world has made men soft, and it's his duty to empower the masses to become jacked, high testosterone, metabolically and cognitively peak primals with a higher quality of life, and to inspire change and achieve this and be maximum impact. He does it through as viral.
He's another version of the Ultimate Warrior.
He walks the walk and shows off the polar extreme of ancestral living, which includes being shirtless essentially in perpetuity, doing hard shit constantly via heavyweight.
No wonder why he
unorthodox
became so popular.
Challenges, as well as showing off the ancestrally consistent meat.
Who doesn't want to look like that in their 40s?
Quantities of, and this includes heart,
let alone his
raw
mid,
testicles, liver, etc., and flying around the world to share his beliefs about health and vitality whenever he gets the chance. I saw Liver King's content for the first time in September last year, shortly after he started his social media push. I think his first post was August 2021, if I'm not mistaken. I started getting tagged more and more on his content when people started noticing he was implying heavily that his physique was achieved solely by following the 9 ancestral tenets and was not enhanced with steroids or any exogenous hormones or PEDs.
Have you seen that bloke that eats just the raw?
No, that's a gimmick. That guy.
It just looks ridiculous.
Let me
He's
tell
got
you
a
something.
plate of hearts and he just looks weird.
He's got an ass filled with steroids. Is what he's got.
He should have a big
That is
plate of
not-
steroids next to it.
That is not a natural body.
Of course it's not.
That guy is shooting all kinds of shit into his system to achieve that kind of physique.
Completely.
Yeah, this is this guy Derek, who's been on my podcast before. He's got this web YouTube page, moreplatesmoredates.com
Oh,
is
yeah.
his website. You know that guy?
Yeah, yeah.
And more plates, more dates. Though
I wonder how he lives with himself after the fact.
Not a takedown, but again, an examination of living off the 9 pillars of health and sustainability, or whatever the fuck it is, like liver and testicles and drinking blood, and like it's a gimmick.
Back then, he was already getting criticism for claiming natural, and since then, he's only managed to get more jacked despite being in his mid-40s and traveling constantly and having more on his plate than ever from an entrepreneurship perspective. In an effort to maintain transparency, just like he does with his supposed natural status, Liver King has been very candid about the success of his portfolio of supplement companies.
Mine, little birdie told me that you're making over $100 million a year from your businesses. True or false?
Excuse me, 100 million. So has he been fully canceled now? Is he like pretty much a poor bastard now?
True. That's a pretty staggering accomplishment.
Now, understandably, this success draws a greater level of scrutiny to his claims of being natural and his brand as a whole, as there is a clear monetary incentive to promote what he does.
Right.
And if he's on drugs after all, there is a clear monetary incentive to withhold that information from the public and lie about it to push his agenda. And this scrutiny has compounded exponentially over the past year, as Liver King has not just doubled down on his statements of claiming natural, but he has literally 100-folded down on it on several of the biggest podcasts in the world.
Regardless of whether you use stuff or not, like,
I don't. Can they get? Don't touch the stuff, right?
Okay.
Joe Rogan criticized you. Joe Rogan's a big person in terms of his platform. How did that feel
How do you gain more subscribers?
when he said he alluded that you're on steroids or something like that?
Yeah, number one, I don't do it. And number
I guess what? People are attached to him, I guess. I don't know. 1.6 million subscribers are attached to him. Even though he's freaking lying. He's full of shit and dishonest. What the fudge?
two, what I want
I like fudge.
you to say is, you know what
I don't like dishonest liars. What the fudge, dude?
Say he's in the 0.00001% of genetics if he does it naturally.
What is the Liver King's response
Hot
to this
mustard.
claim that the liver
On the
is
reverse.
hormonally
That's what I think of him.
improved by science?
the question has always been, do you take steroids? Do you take PEDs?
Do you take-
The answer to that
Do you
is
take
no.
the steroids?
I've always told the truth. I still tell the truth. This is
You
part
do
of
not tell the
games.
truth. You lie.
Like, they tell me what I'm taking.
You lie like
And then
dipshit.
here's something else. I was just joking around. I'd like to get your opinion on this. You know, I thought. So again, for the record, I've never taken steroids.
For the record,
I'm thinking about doing it.
Yeah.
I never take the steroids. I never, but you know what? Since you mentioned it, it's a good idea. I'm going to take some steroids. That way, after the fact, I've taken steroids, and before, no one's going to know the difference. I was natural before. Now I'm like, woo. Hey, guess what? There won't be a difference. We won't see a difference because you're already on them.
Ancestral Tenant 10 is have a little fucking fun. And I'm like, you know what?
Excuse me.
If you've built this biological resilience, I always say have a little poison. I'll drink, I'll do mushrooms, I'll do shit like every Saturday I imbibe. I'm like, you know what? I'm healthy enough. If I want to do a cycle, I'm gonna do a cycle. And how much you want to bet I turn into the Incredible fucking Hulk?
You're gonna be terrified.
I want to be like this. Okay, you think this guy's on steroids, right? This is the guy who's on steroids.
Hoodwinked them.
Has, let's say, 700.
Excuse me. So they're probably, most of them are pretty smart and they know who they subscribe to, basically.
And they want to get up to 1,400 or 1,500 or whatever it is. Yeah. Guess what? You can do the same thing with the 9 ancestral tenets. And if you do the 9 ancestral tenets
With
and
the
you go
9.
this way over this amount of decades,
The 9.
you're going to be able to produce.
You know what 9 is in German? 99999 is no, no, no.
So I think when people see someone with your physique, they look at it and they think there's something going on here. There's gear, there's steroids, there's performance enhancing drugs. Talk to us about whether you use performance enhancing drugs or steroids or anything to get
His reaction right there. It's like,
Listen, I love this question. I've been getting this question since high school.
yeah, he does. It gets him more tension. So fuzzy, it's like ruining the camera. Like, the camera cannot possibly pixelate his full beard.
The short answer is no. I don't touch this stuff. But here's the deal. Isn't it just fucked up that a muscular, lean man has to justify his level of fitness, but a fat, lazy, metabolically deranged, or a skinny,
Do we ask if Kratos took steroids?
fragile,
No.
osteopathically deranged, they don't justify their lack of fitness?
Oh, Liver King, you're
It received 120 dislikes.
You know, and so it's like, okay, we had a lot of fun with that, And
So now how many more people are going to take steroids now? Now that everyone knows for sure that he's been taking steroids. So now everyone's going to be on steroids now, right? So we're all going to be on steroids because he did it? Just an example, like any of the folks out there that like saw that and like, you know what? Oh, so he didn't do it naturally? He used steroids? Oh, that's easy. That's a quick way. Oh, I'm going to go get some fucking steroids and I'm going to do the same fucking thing. We're going to have mini liver kings. We're going to have mini liver kings all over the fucking place. It's going to be a fucking nightmare.
We made a video. If you ever Google
We don't need more Ultimate Warriors, even though he was fine later on in his life.
We had a legitimate
But he was terrible early on.
Come on, we did like a
Horrible
blood
person.
reveal. That was
Mean asshole.
But then the accusations stopped, so I'm like, okay.
Well, I assumed you were on steroids. I was talking to one of your guys, and I was like, "Yeah, he's on steroids, right? Like people don't look like that."
Yeah.
Like, no, he's not. And I think I'd heard Rogan say you were on steroids.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Honestly,
You think Rogan wouldn't know that, considering he's in the sport of UFC, mixed martial arts fighting? You think he wouldn't have any experience in that area? You think he wouldn't know?
would not be very ancestrally consistent to be using synthetic, lab synthesized drugs to achieve the physique you then use to promote the 9 ancestral tenets. It's like the complete opposite of what is aligned with that message, essentially. Now, while nobody who is speculating truly knows the answer, it does not do him any favors to lean in and call those that doubt him subprimal, or to make jokes about those who suspect he's on PEDs under.
Dude, I'd rather people listen to Tate than this dipshit. And Tate can be a stretch to a certain extent. Oh, by the way, Andrew Tate has like freaking, what, like 8 or 10 children? That's a lot of that's something that people don't know.
Regular basis.
But this dipshit, man. We want everyone going out there eating fucking bull fucking testicles, thinking they're gonna be as beefy, as mean as him. I don't think so. And again, his damn beard can't even be fully pixelated by these tech.
There's a lot of subprimals
You could get that baby in 12K and it'd still be fuzz.
that are convinced that Liver King.
Shave your beard. Shave your beard. If you can't grow a beard, shave your beard.
is taking steroids.
Steroids, primal or subprimal?
Subprimal.
Wait, why?
Oh my god, dude. Are you serious? Oh, dude.
TRT, one side.
Oh shit, it's fucking Hasanabe, dude. Oh no. Get him off. Get away off of you there, Hasanabe. Get off, man. I believe in your freedom of speech, but sometimes you're just annoying as fuck.
once my T levels start,
I don't believe you. I think after we get to know each other and you get to know the 9 ancestral tenants and you get
After we get to know, no, Hasanabi's not gonna fall for that shit. He's a TI dom. After you get to know me, after you know my system, you're gonna want it too. I bet Hasanabi shits on it right here. Because he's Dom TI. Let's see it. I want to hear it.
Instead of the bro signs, Google this and and use Google
Wait,
Scholar.
come on, Hasanabi.
You'll find this
Come
in
on.
Literature 50 years ago. We had 50% higher testosterone.
Don't let him
Today,
ramble on.
People take steroids to increase their testosterone by 50%. So why not just do these ancestral tenants?
I mean, I got good T levels currently. I'm just saying
You say they're good because that's.
Oh, he's starting to get on the TI. Okay, come on, Hasanabi. Shred him. Shred him, Hasanabi. Do what your TI hero can let you do and shred this motherfucker.
Double your testosterone.
Shred this shredded motherfucker.
Naturally, by doing these 9 ancestral tenants.
Ah, man, I bet Hasanabi was probably going to shred him, dude. I wanted to see that. If you ever have someone that you disagree with, introduce the person to a TI Dom user, an INTP or an ISTP. Hasanabi's an ISTP, right? Introduce them. He will be shredded, dude.
It's like a discredit.
We hear this all the time that hate always comes from below and hate always comes from within.
Yeah.
Right? When people really hate their lives, because most people do, they go to jobs that they hate, they come home to lives they don't love, they sedate themselves with enough bullshit, right? And so they hate themselves so much that they project that hate above them.
Now, he did have a successful and established business prior to blowing up on social media, but it is impossible to ignore his meteoric rise and the financial
Either
success,
ENTP or
his
EST.
experience,
Oh, no, not ENFJ. Oh, no, dude.
In revenue, and I'm doing
Is he really that
good to the
stupid?
human condition versus a company
How many
that
votes?
is
Six.
selling
Oh, that's only
drugs,
69. I don't know, man.
Listen,
Or
I'm
strip
I'm
clubs.
fully behind that.
Second
this is
place
why
was
value not created
ENFP.
equally. So I'm glad that hey, you support. Hey, let's go make some money if we're doing good in the world.
Excuse me.
There should be an exchange of value.
With new Liver King endorsed brands popping up seemingly every few months at this point, new more extravagant luxuries being prominently featured in his content, private jets, etc., and very, very transparent takes on yearly revenue metrics in his companies, there is clear monetary benefit to his social media presence growing in the way it has. However, the scrutiny he experiences grows even greater in parallel as he downplays it and portrays his burst onto the social media scene as like this noble act, only cares about his fellow man and, you know, achieving highest quality of life, health, vitality, etc.
He sounds like an ENTP, just like Tate and just like Kanye West.
It is not fueled by financial incentive.
Liver King existed way before a year ago, right? I never wanted to go on social media. I never wanted to do a podcast. I never wanted to be like public Liver King. I loved my life.
Oh,
I don't know if
wait,
you've heard me say
no.
this before, but before Liver King on social media, I was rich and anonymous. It's a pretty badass life to live. Go anywhere, do anything. No one's gonna distract you. Now, if I get on the lake, on the boat, boats are coming up. Hey, Liver King, Liver King. But in terms of how my other businesses grow, my other businesses grow 50% a year over year. So what kind of impact have I had on these businesses is really marginal.
Where do you invest?
Where I invest is like, we're doing 100 of these companies, and you know why? Because people are hurting and they hate their lives, right? They're suffering and struggling with such depth that they need to hear this message.
Now, there is absolutely
Maybe he is an
behind
ENFJ.
a lot of the information that Liver King puts out, in my opinion. You know, a lot of the stuff from a nutritional intake perspective, metabolic health perspective, relationship building. You know, a lot of the stuff he talks about is stuff that I definitely believe is valuable, motivational, inspiring, and could improve quality of life.
There's
health,
like a
etc.
stereotypes with ENFJs that they're stupid because they're inferior to TI.
Eat an ounce of liver per day myself and have for years. However, him
What it really means is that they're actually really smart.
polarizing brand as something he, you know, never wanted to do, didn't intend to do for financial reasons at all, is perceived to be deceitful by many.
So here's a Liver King.
From his, you're saying from his.
Yeah, so he's this nice guy. He peddles supplements. He lies. He's probably on the roids. He
I like how he started that off. He's a nice guy, and then he just went on to shred him.
talks about masculinity. He walks around with his shirt off. That guy is an asshole. And fucking.
Wait, he's not.
I love it. I love it. He's so pragmatic. Pragmatic. New name for the Liver King. Dude, we'll call him Shredder. We're gonna call him Shredder, dude.
Asshole because
He shreds and he's shred.
He's a phony. He's a fraud. Like he's a clown. And like we all sit there and like in 2022, the day of social media and TikTok, we're all like, oh, the Liver King. let's put this asshole up on a pedestal.
So his main message is eating clean, living like the caveman did, right? I don't give a fuck if he's on steroids. I don't give a fuck.
But
if he
again,
does
it's
it on
just
time.
like, it's the gimmick, dude. It's the fucking gimmick. Like, we live in a world with fucking gimmicks. Just be a normal motherfucker.
That's fair.
Put a shirt on.
It seems that the push behind the Liver King brand from inception was a very clearly outlined, premeditated, and shockingly calculated strategy.
The Liver King lie.
Fitness charlatans and snake oil salesmen have come under the microscope with greater scrutiny.
That's where you got the snake oil salesman, isn't it?
And while not
Mister.
long ago, many of them essentially got away with murder and promoting absolute nonsense, misleading, disingenuous things, some stuff that is just a straight up ripoff entirely, or even potentially dangerous misinformation. I feel like we've all come a long way in educating ourselves about how to identify misleading marketing, disingenuous individuals. And
I'll get you though. Literally anyone could lie, get away with it for a period of time, get successful. It's too late. Apparently, once they've reached the success, there's like, that's it. They're done. They're pretty much plateaued there. There's no going down. Probably only going up. Apparently, there's no consequence for these people. But anyone can do it. Anyone can do what he did. This is wonderful.
Entirely. My friend Zach Tellender, who helped bring this video to life actually too, has exposed a lot of this behavior over the years in the fitness industry on his channel. And before we get into the nitty gritty, it feels fitting to have Zach give a preface about how all of this came to be.
A charlatan is, by definition, a person who makes elaborate,
I like that he's explaining it. I like that.
fraudulent, and often valuable claims to skill or knowledge. A fraud. I happen to like bits and pieces from many different definitions of a charlatan. A person who pretends to have expert knowledge or skill that he or she does not actually have. Or a malicious trickster, a fake person, especially one who deceives for personal profit.
That would be number
In the
2 for
fitness
him.
Industry and social media as a whole, charlatans run amok, and they're making more money and gaining more fame than ever before. But what's important to distinguish here is the separation between valuable influence and being a charlatan.
It's like when I say liberals that generalize are bigots.
So with regards to the definitions I had listed prior, we have 3 key components: knowledge, skill, and profit.
And so are conservatives.
Knowledge in terms of charlatanism would better be defined by sacred knowledge, meaning knowledge that is unique to the charlatan themselves. This is what no one but the charlatan knows, and he or she is the savior for bringing it to you,
Guess that makes me a bigot.
the consumer. Now, you may be thinking, I learn things from fitness people, good fitness people, all the time. Are they charlatans? And the simple answer is no.
No.
Because the bests of the industry tell you things that aren't sacred, new, and amazing. They deliver information with a level of nuance. They usually understand that there are most likely no absolutes. They bring anecdotes or their own personal experience on.
Exercise and eating healthy. That's like the consensus right there. That's it right there. That's it right there. And everything else is the work that you want to put in. You want that 8-pack? Guess what? You're going to have to put the work in. If you're not using steroids, that is.
The matter to you with respect to science. They do all of this while consistently disclaiming that they don't have the answers to exactly what it is you should be doing. They guide you down the sturdy and trusted path while encouraging you to make
It's
your
not even the fact that everyone's different. Everyone's body is different. Everyone's biology is different.
own way in this world. The charlatan cannot do this. This is because they are providing you with clear-cut, absolute answers. They don't want to empower you. They want to keep you passive and force you to consume. Now, there is nothing wrong with selling. There is, however, something wrong
Kick
with
ass,
using
not chew
tactics
bubblegum.
with a distinct
And a whole
in-group
lot of
and
gum.
out-group mentality. The charlatan's ideas cannot exist with other ideas present. They must be on the attack of other ideas because they interfere with their delivering of this absolute sacred knowledge. For instance, Joel Seedman cannot concede to large ranges of motion because he's so bought into the 90-degree joint angles with endless claims about their superiority and the inferiority of anything else.
Just looks like it
that
hurts.
It has to be the only correct one. Another example would be the GOATA guys. They cannot concede to possibly saying that.
Oh my god. No, this is his confession. And he starts with Primals! I know I have done you wrong. I know I am sorry, but there is much more from here we can do to help humanity.
Because I fucked up. Because I'm embarrassed and ashamed. Because I lied. And I misled a lot of people. I've stated that this is a complicated as fuck topic, at least to me it is, because before social media,
It's a complicated. Complicated as.
I was rich and anonymous, and after
I'm sorry. I fucked up. I lied to everyone. I learned from my mistakes. I will learn from this. Thank you for joining me on this journey. I hope you continue this journey. I will do everything in my power to improve myself, to better myself, be a better person than I was. Again, to learn and grow from this. Cut! Fucking cut!
social media, I'm still rich, but no longer.
Oh my god! I'm donating a majority of my monies to charity, or I'm going to start my own charity, one or the other. I'm going to help people. I'm going to lift people up. I'm going to take the success that I've achieved and I'm going to use it to help other people to make up for my mistakes, my sins.
Anonymous, and I never expected this kind of exposure in the public eye. It's been tricky as fuck to navigate.
Excuse me.
Well, clearly I did it wrong, and I'm here now. To set the record straight. Yes, I've done steroids.
Oh my god. Oh, dude.
And yes, I'm on.
He's just sad that he got caught. He just wishes he could have done it in a different way to where he would have been caught, or at least as fast or quick. That's in his apology. Every time I have fucked up in my life, I have apologized, I have said I will do better, and then that's it. I say, look at my actions. Look at what I'm going to do. I am sorry for what I did. Look at what I'm going to do. And then I move on from there, and I prove via action. Not like, oh, I got caught, unfortunately.
On steroids, monitored and managed by a trained hormone clinician.
It's for helping people who are suicidal. God damn, dude. We know where he's putting most of his money right now in his legal department. It's his lawyer or whatever, or his spokesperson, whoever's getting into his brain. This is that person's words, literally. This is like everything is dishonest. Everything is dishonest right here. This is someone else talking, literally.
Message to bring awareness to the 4,000 people a day who kill themselves, the 80,000 people a day that try to kill themselves.
He'd make a great politician, wouldn't he? Dude, he should run for office. Dude.
Our people are hurting at record rates with depression, autoimmune, anxiety, infertility, low ambition in life.
Autoimmune, huh?
Our young men are hurting the most.
feeling lost, weak, and submissive. So I made it my job.
Weak.
To model, teach, and preach.
Weak and submissive.
Elegant solution called ancestral living, the 9 ancestral tenets, so our people no longer have to suffer, so we can collectively express our highest and most dominant form. This is my fight.
Does he like shave his chest hairs? Does he like shave the hairs off his body? I can't believe he's of a masculine nature. He literally shaves. He literally shaves his body, right? I can't believe anything he says.
I exist.
But he doesn't shave that awful beard.
While spreading the message, I've done several podcasts, and when asked if I've ever taken steroids, I've always said
It
no.
is. It's like whoever he's hired is very common among the elites. The same old shit. Spew numbers. It's simple. A simple fucking apology. I will be better. Watch what I do from here on. But oh well. Excuse me.
I don't touch this stuff, not gonna touch this stuff, never touch this stuff. That was a lie.
People apparently eat it up because he's got what 235K subscribers and this did 2.9 million in 6 days. Like that's a dream right there. We've just made him so much more money. The Liver King is speed running the influencer lifestyle. Barely a year in the game and he's already making an apology video. It is a speed run. He's a speed runner. He's a speed runner on life, isn't he?
Convinced myself that this had nothing to do with the ancestral message. I convinced myself that I'm not a competitive athlete of any kind. So who the fuck am I cheating? I convinced myself that this topic was a placeholder for a far more important conversation. I convinced myself that this would overshadow the...
Wasn't he mostly talking about how much profits his businesses were making and how much of a marginal benefit he is to them? Oh man, this is getting so fucking bad, dude. This is getting so bad. This is far worse than his beard. This is far worse that he shaves all his body hair. This masculine wannabe. Gangster wannabe. Dude. And what's with the chair, too? Is that pleather? What kind of wood is that made out of? I would expect, like the mahogamies and actual leather. He looks like he's in a fucking wooden cabin. The chair's the most expensive thing probably in there.
I've convinced myself that this was the vocal minority, usually in the fitness category, driving to an unproductive conversation. And I had convinced myself that this would be the wrong message to send to the 15-year-old boys. So I continually dismissed it, and I dug myself into a bigger and deeper hole. I have only myself to blame. I did that, and it was all wrong. I will be better. I will talk about it openly, because I believe that there's a time and a place for pharmacological...
No, let's not talk about it anymore.
intervention monitored and managed by a trained hormone physician. In 2021, when I was 43 years old, I didn't feel 100% physically or cognitively. So I went to get monitored and managed by a trained hormone clinician to see what the fuck was going on with my life. And so yes, it's true. I have tried several
I know, right?
in an effort to increase my growth hormone.
I know, that's a good point. Liver King, get a fucking mic. Get a fucking mic, man. Get a fucking mic.
It didn't work, meaning that my levels still remained below the normal level.
It's probably on like his laptop or
So
something.
yes, it's also true
Or his cell phone.
that I've tried pharmaceutical
He's probably got like a Galaxy 8 or something.
growth hormone, and I finally found success in managing therapeutic levels in the normal range. Yes, this is true. I've continued on with 0.6 cc's of testosterone per week, roughly 120 milligrams of testosterone a week. And no, I don't take any other steroids like nandrolone or winstrol, but I have tried them in the past without success. Yes. It's also true
that my blood chemistry got all fucked up while taking nandrolone and Winstrol. My lipids got all deranged. My liver enzymes went sky high, which is why clinical oversight is an absolute must. Nope. The Liver King brand has had nothing, or at least very little, to do with my business success. My companies were already kicking ass, already successful before the Liver King public figure, growing at 50% year over year and still growing at the same pace after the Liver King public figure. Nope. I've
We'll see.
never had ab implants, ab etching, or any other plastic surgery, and I sure as fuck never actually had gene editing done in Singapore. I made all of that up. It was all intended to be a joke, and that's an expression of ancestral.
Yep. And he can't even afford a decent fucking mic. Let alone a shaver to shave off his awful beard.
To the 10, have a little goddamn fun. Ultimately, why did I, or why do I do them?
Is he bald? There's nothing wrong with being bald, but is he bald? Is that why he wears his cap? What is he? Has he got hair? Has he got hair there? Does gangsta rips, gangsta shredder? Does he got some hair up there? Or did he shave that too? Just not the beard.
When I talk about the 85% of the population that suffers from self-esteem issues, that's me.
85%? It's that much among the, what, 6 or 7 billion people? 85%? Oh my god. I better go to an expert that knows exactly how I can change my life, that lives the same lifestyle that person prescribes, that isn't fake, that isn't trying to be a snake oil salesman or anything like that, a lying, deceitful sack of crap that can't even shave his awful beard, let alone afford his own quality mic, with the millions and millions of dollars that he's made off of his false advertising. You jackass.
I'm part of that statistic. This is why I fucking work myself to death in the
I guess I could call him a bigot. Bigot.
gym. This is why I do 12 to 15 blood-burning workouts a week.
Let me get a
Just
shirt.
to feel like I'm okay.
Bigot.
Still, I have to absolutely crush myself to do
I'd be like, you generalize.
physically and cognitively.
You bigot.
And hormone replacement has helped in a profound and significant way. And still, I believe that the path to paradise is paved.
I believe in the shield.
In fucking hell. I previously have said in a weird way, I'm grateful for the recent events that have shed light on this complicated as fuck topic. I knew I needed to.
It's complicated for him because the steroids apparently have eaten all of his brain cells. So it's a very complicated situation for him. Very complicated thing to contemplate. But for the rest of us, we see it very simple. You lied. You cheated. And now you need to apologize and go away. Go away. And shave that beard.
Take this opportunity to openly discuss everything for me to be a better human.
His abs really don't. Oh man, I tell you. Excuse me. I mean, he said he didn't have plastic surgery.
If there are any questions that remain unanswered, send them my way. I fully own that
Norse Viking fuckboy.
Take extreme ownership right now, be better, and lead myself to a better life as a better human.
No.
Thank you to everyone for the support, the criticism, the love, the hate, and above all else, the loyalty.
The loyalty to your one true God.
That typical compound movement training can serve any benefit at all because it directly contradicts their convoluted idea of reverse movement technology.
At least he got caught. There's so many people out there right now that haven't gotten caught.
The charlatan and their followers. The skill is the
Who will be the
determined
next one?
action that solidifies their position against the outgroup. We do this, they do that. We are good, they are bad. What we do is difficult to describe, but with our convoluted vocabulary and our distinctly individual practice, it will change us and solidify our position above the outgroup. Finally, and probably most importantly, we have profit and fame. This is the end goal for the charlatan. Using their sacred knowledge, convoluted language, and unique but transferable skill, they can now convert on those sweet, sweet algo gains. And again, there is nothing wrong with selling. It's just that selling off the backs of the previous listed tactics I'm talking about, that's what I'm really honing in on. Buy my program, book, equipment, or supplement that fits my absolute narrative and be a part of the in-group. I will...
I just didn't realize that ENTJs could be that stupid. I'm an INFJ. I can't believe that they could be that stupid.
Grow this in-group while I remain the centerpiece. I will revel in the fame and the money. I am the Liver King. Yes, the centerpiece of our video today is no different. He directly and obviously follows the charlatan playbook. He uses his sacred knowledge of the 9 ancestral tenets.
Just goes around with a
and
dumbbell.
his body as the main
Dude, literally, the dude goes around with a dumbbell. That should tell you all you need to know, right? He's just walking through the street with a dumbbell in his hand. Yeah, dumbbell.
Point. He uses terms like primals and subprimals to determine the in-group and out-group. Now, once the charlatan is questioned, it's important that they give way to their absolute statements. So most of the time, they don't give way at all. But when they're pushed by someone who might have a big influence, it's okay if they start to contradict what they're really all
I feel like he's gonna like start humping and making just amazing, sexy love with the tree. I feel like he's gonna be one with Mother Nature right there. This is a man that carries around dumbbells, that doesn't shave his awful beard, that also has terrible mic quality for his personal interview videos, his apology videos at least.
If they can appeal to the critical audience with what we'll call the undeniable argument fallacy, they can potentially mitigate any fallout from contradicting themselves.
You know it's coming. Ice, ice, baby.
The Liver King can fall back on the fact that these 9 ancestral tenets, for the most part, aren't very sexy. Like, yeah, we should sleep more, we should eat better, we should have a lot of better habits, and a lot of which are part of the 9 ancestral tenets. But again, this is nothing new. This is nothing that's going to sell. What he has to hone in on is selling and using the charlatan playbook to do so.
And people are suffering today with depression, with anxiety, with autoimmune conditions, with infertility, right? They got low energy, they got low libidos, they got low ambition in life. What I'm proposing, right, is that there's a simple, elegant solution to living a goddamn kick-ass fucking life, right? So this is my job as the CEO of the Ancestral Lifestyle, to model, teach, and preach this message so that our people don't have to suffer, so that we can return to our highest and our most dominant form. So you say, what if you don't want to be like that? Well, 80% of people's lives fucking suck already.
So in this way, he appears to be the hero we all need. But if these are not very sexy ideas, then what will fuel the growth of his brand? Well, specifically for him, and following the charlatan playbook, eating a ridiculous amount of raw organs and flaunting his body that he staunchly defends as natural or only enhanced by his lifestyle and not any exogenous hormones. In my opinion, this is not heroic. Pacifying the audience with charades in order to get your message across, rather than just delivering it to them straight up, is not virtuous.
Joe Rogan made a pretty interesting statement.
Just think, he had that transformation, what, he said like a year? Jesus, fudge.
Him and somebody else were talking about you, and I think the other guy was saying that you eat liver and that you do some of these ancestral tenets, and Joe Rogan said something to the effect of, I don't think he's doing any of that. He's got an ass full of steroids.
At least Leonardo DiCaprio won an Oscar. Just saying.
Usually pretty high on his show. Like, what do you think of that comment?
I think he's incredible.
Whether it was a liver or a heart, I think it was a liver.
I couldn't be more grateful that he's talking about me. Joe Rogan said, this guy. I mean, you know that in and of itself. I go to run the Liver Queen again. This guy that I hold in the absolute highest regard, irrespective of the light he's painting me in. Look at how happy I am. You know, look at how many people that have never heard of me have now heard
Liver
of me.
King? Who? Right?
This is, you know, one of the greatest feelings. I also just do want to say, I think that him saying that is dangerous.
It goes to show you how manipulative an FE user can be if they don't, like, have some type of truth system. They don't have a system like truth. Or, what is it? Excuse me, they're not analyzing or going through everything that they're thinking. I'll probably figure it out. Verifying. If they don't have like a system where they verify the information that they get to an extent, it is pretty clear what an FE user is capable of in terms of manipulating.
Them face to face to really get deep into the 9 ancestral tenets. What I'll share back with you, and I'm just gonna face it head on. I don't touch this stuff. I've never done this stuff. I'm not gonna do this stuff.
What stuff?
The ass full of steroids that he talks about.
You've never taken steroids.
Never taken steroids. I've never done PEDs other than prioritize, execute, and dominate in life.
Yeah, the Liver King thing drives me nuts because that guy's on steroids.
Well,
just shut the fuck up.
Well, so
I know he's eating really healthy. It's clear he's eating all these animal foods, and you know he's eating organ meat, which is very rich in nutrients. All that's true, but he's dodging the main bullet.
Well, it's too late for him now because he said no.
Yeah.
So if he is even on TRT, he should come out and just say it.
Well, look at him.
Because I mean,
just do you know how rare it is to have a physique like that and not be on steroids?
He doesn't worry about the fallout from two very reputable sources calling him an outright liar. Rather, he's thankful for more eyes on him. Now, he'll say this is because he's promoting his message, but for the charlatans,
he's
it's
promoting
all
his
about
business.
money.
Yeah.
Brian Johnson is a 44-year-old serial entrepreneur and the man behind the brand.
A serial entrepreneur. Dude, that's fucking great. Timestamp in 8:05.
Dude, with his like big, massive freaking beard, his roided up muscles, and then like the backwards hat with the fucking like.
This guy weighs what, like 300 pounds? This is good.
Canvas fucking shorts. He looks like a combination of like a Norse Viking combined with a fuckboy.
Oh, okay, so this is when he said that?
Like he literally looks like if a fuckboy was combined with a Viking.
Yeah, but but let's be honest though. He's probably attracting, I say this with all due respect, he's probably attracting femboys. I mean that respectfully. Like, this is a femboy magnet. Take that in.
This is why I exist. While spreading the message, I've been on several podcasts, and when asked if I've ever
Dude, seriously.
taken steroids, I've always said no. I don't touch this stuff. Not gonna touch this stuff. Never touch this stuff.
And you lied.
And you said correct.
Tell the truth. You fucking lied, Mike. You lied to your fans who support you, who've been buying your products, who've been living the lifestyle that you've been promoting in hopes that they're going to be just like you. But unless they go on roids, they're never going to be like you. Because the image that you presented was a lie. 100%.
That was a lie.
Yep.
I've convinced myself that this had
Don't predict him.
the ancestral message. I convinced myself
Ancestral message.
that I'm not a competitive athlete of any kind. So who the fuck am I cheating? I convinced myself
He's just a businessman.
that this topic was a placeholder. For a
So is that his whole angle? Because I'm not a competitor in some kind of sport or something?
Even though that he is a competitor,
or competition, then it's okay for me to lie about being on the road.
I like that he's playing Resident Evil. What is this?
Here's the
Is this
thing,
2 or 1 or 3?
Here's the thing. If he was just a bodybuilder and he was bodybuilding for himself, you know, maybe even to some extent, if he was a bodybuilder with a YouTube channel showing his like workout regimen and stuff like that, maybe this wouldn't be that big of a deal, right? This probably wouldn't be that big of a deal if
It
he
doesn't
was
show what
just
he's
a guy
playing. Which
producing
one?
content, working out, and like vlogging.
Come on,
his
there's got to be
workouts.
someone who's a fan of
He just
Resident
kind of,
Evil.
like,
Here, what the
didn't
fudge?
mention, hey, I do roids as well. You know, nobody would probably care about that.
Mister, do you know which
But
Resident
again,
Evil that is? Is that 2
you're
or?
selling people on a dream
Excuse me.
that they could be just as
Check
big,
out his
just
chat.
as strong, and just as healthy as you are, and you're promoting this lifestyle to people, saying they can achieve what you achieve if you use the supplements that you sell and if you do the things that you preach about in your content, but they'll never attain that. Unless they go on the juice, just like you are, they will never ever attain that. That's where the issue comes in.
Resident Evil
You
2?
sold
Okay.
people a lie,
It's like,
and that's
so I
why-
don't play much Resident Evil,
that's
but I'm
why
like, you know what? Fuck it. Oh, he's got the record. Okay, Nemesis. Okay, so that would be yeah. Okay.
The 36 years of working out.
Miles per hour in the chat says he's misleading his audience. Exactly. False advertising, says somebody else. in the
Dude,
chat.
tipster, man, he's got some high level TI going on here. He's just shredding him.
Exactly. That's the problem here. You don't have to just be a competitor or like in a sport or something like that for it to be a scummy thing for you to use roids.
It's like the worst thing, because if he's an ENFJ, he's got TI as an inferior, so a TI dom, or even a parent, or even a child like myself, just will shred the fuck out of this dude.
Not to mention, using roids is, if you're promoting a healthy lifestyle to your audience and then you're on the juice, do you know how bad that shit is for you? Like, if you use roids incorrectly, or if you overuse them, you know how much fucked up shit that can lead to?
He's an
Like,
old
I'm
school
not a
gamer.
doctor,
I may have
so I
heard
don't
of
know
him. I
every
may have heard of
effect
him.
that roids can have on the body, but it's not fucking good. That shit's not good for you if used in excess. Like, what the fuck? Now, granted, he does say he's using it under the advice of, like...
No. He did that. It was, whether that was true or not, it's good. It's important. No, not good. It's important to point out that he's been fed this information to say, whether it's true or not, he has had someone that he's paid to tell him to tell these things, to make mention of these things. That is just a face. One way or another, whether it's true, has some truth or all truth, it is all a face nonetheless.
Maybe that's kind of like his way of saying, oh, no, I'm never going to abuse it because I'm using it the advice of a trainer and a doctor. But we see what, like, happened in, like, the
That
WWE
Ruby,
scandal
though.
back in, like, the early 90s, right? We had a crooked-ass doctor that was prescribing...
He just walks around
roids
with a grenade launcher.
to fucking professional wrestlers.
Or rocket
Doesn't
propelled
mean,
launcher.
like, the
Rocket
doctor
launcher.
that you're using or the trainer that you're using is on the up and up. They
Grenade
can just
launcher.
be giving you the juice because you want the juice, you know? I don't know, dude. It's
Give him the juice. Give him the juice.
It's just you're living a lie.
Give
what
him the
this comes
juice,
down
you
to. You're living a lie
motherfucker.
and promoting a lie to your fans.
Usually twice a day without PEDs.
Let's all buy him. We'll all put in a pot. We'll all buy him steroids, and we'll send him steroids every day. Probably not possible.
Convince myself that this was the bulk
I'm gonna send him Snickers every day. With nuts.
minority, usually in the fitness category, driving to an
Maybe I'll just send him nuts. Send him nuts every day. We'll send him cashews or something. We'll send him whatever nuts. Walnuts. We'll send him walnuts. We'll send him like a bag of walnuts every day.
productive conversation. And I had convinced myself.
Dude.
And a bag of nuts, bag of walnuts, and then also a small dumbbell.
He just played he just played the high
Damn, those
school
bodies are
argument.
fire,
You ever
dude.
see, like, you know, a kid, like, in their teens or something like that, when they get busted by their parents, like, using drugs, or they get busted at school for using
No
drugs
big
or
deal,
something like
right?
that.
No
And
big
there was
deal. They're probably just watching this guy.
responses, but everyone else does it. This is a grown ass man. This man looks like he's older than me. Anybody in the chat know how old the Liver King is? I have no idea how old this guy is, but he looks like he's older than me, and he's literally playing the "but everyone else does it" card. Bro, you're a grown ass man.
That is an FE tribute.
Talking about,
I would
dude.
very much well know about. I very well know about that.
To the 15-year-old boys.
He's in
I
his
really
mid
don't.
40s. I'm 35 years old, and I wouldn't play that fucking retarded card. Everyone else is doing it, so that's why I did it.
Yeah, he's definitely Tipster's definitely like a yeah, higher level, higher functioning TI user. Excuse me.
What a fucking loser, dude. Holy shit. What a fucking loser. Grown ass man, older than my 35-year-old ass.
He is making more money than us, unfortunately.
Playing the "well, everyone else did it, so I'm gonna do it too" card.
Yeah, but yeah, you can say that, and you can also say that he literally paid someone to tell him this garbage. Someone literally thought this garbage was going to help him.
What a fucking moron.
Continually dismissed it, and I dug
No, definitely won't. Apparently not, I guess. Just get more money.
into a bigger and deeper hole. I have only myself to blame.
Yep.
I did that.
Yep.
And it was all wrong. I will be better. I will talk about it openly. Because I know
Excuse me.
there's a time and a place for pharmacological intervention monitored and managed by a trained hormone physician.
See, everything is just choreographed to. Oh Jesus. Oh, it's so dishonest. Oh my God, what's wrong with honesty? It's the cancel culture too. That's at cause of this. He knows he has to say the right things, otherwise he's gonna get canceled.
So now you're basically going
Like-
back on this whole lifestyle that you promoted to people about being natural and shit. Now it's not like, hey, you could be like me if you live this natural lifestyle and you eat these foods that I eat and you do these workouts that I do and blah, 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 all that shit. Now it's like, you could be just like me if you do those things and take roids in a monitored fashion. And
I'll tell the people this way: you could probably have close to that if you want to work 20 hours in the gym every day.
take performance-enhancing drugs in a monitored fashion. So all this time that you've spent promoting this bullshit.
So YouTube, they don't do anything about this guy, right? They don't do anything about this guy, but if it's like anything to do with like politics or something like that, or Kanye West, you get like banned. You know, Kanye West is an honest person who's trying to prove a point, but someone like this dude, who literally is a dishonest person, I mean, they're just gonna just let him do his thing.
Fucking lifestyle to your viewer base.
Punish honesty, and then
It's the whole time it's
and then let dishonest people do whatever the fuck they want. Is that what this cancel culture is all about? If this dipshit apologizes, then it's okay. He can continue to be dishonest. But if someone like Kanye is trying to be honest, then he's gonna get canceled just because he says a couple hurtful things.
It's
Like the
bullshit.
comparison, dude.
How is anybody going to trust you after this? And I know you guys can't see this because all you can see on the screen is, the cropped version of the video that I have.
Well, no, you
up
can't
on
trust
guys.
him anymore.
But the like to dislike ratio on this is like mind-boggling. This guy has 120,000.
I'm trying to think of like an adequate punishment for him. I'm trying to imagine.
On this video. Those are very unhappy viewers who thought that if they did what he told them to do, they could be healthy and strong just like him. And now they're finding out, wow, all those
I mean,
things I did all that time, all those supplements
He talks about 80 to 85% of people are miserable, right? So how about you donate 80% of your income every year that you make? Why don't you donate 80% for the rest of your life to some type of good cause and/or how about that, dipshit, and make their lives not so miserable? Make people's lives not so miserable that way instead of lying and cheating.
all that money
I
is
don't know.
spent
Yeah, maybe
on
like
this
80
stupid shit that
85%
he
of his
was
income
showing.
every fucking year.
Never going to get the
Excuse me.
goals that I wanted to have because he lied
His
to me.
personal income.
He lied to me. At least 120,000 people are now realizing that he lied to them.
Oh, he's talking about the
What
the
a
likes.
piece of shit.
What a piece of shit.
In 2021, when I was 43 years old, I didn't feel 100% physically or cognitively. So I went to get monitored and managed by a trained hormone clinician to see what the fuck was going on with my life.
Dude, when I heard about that or saw someone do a doc on that documentary on YouTube about that, I was like, what the fuck, dude? You fucking covered up for this dipshit? What? You basically become the predator yourself, not just accomplice. You basically become that by defending that. Someone in your own fucking house, your own place of living, and you just promote those kind of acts, like, Jesus.
He like so overly dramatic about this. Dude, he sounds like he's trying to speak like a Nordic god.
Well, he is.
Like a god of war character going into battle. Like, what the fuck is this?
Though Kratos is natural,
This guy
right?
he's such an anomaly. He's so bizarre.
This is so bizarre.
Jesus, dude. So it's the kind of thing we hear from a lot of like bodybuilder types where they're like, yo,
Ultimate
I wanna get
Warrior.
bigger,
There's a top
but
one.
I'm not getting bigger. And so now I need the juice so I can get bigger.
Probably one of the most
Like, your
famous
body has,
bodybuilders of
everybody's
all
body
time.
has, like,
Ultimate
limitations
Warrior.
to what they can achieve and what they can't.
Schwarzenegger
If you're,
took
like, a
steroids too.
bodybuilder
He's the most
and
famous.
you've like reached your maximum, right? Like, I'm not a doctor and I'm not an expert on the body, but I would imagine like everybody's body has a limitation with how far they can go, right? So if you reached your maximum, that shouldn't be like, oh, I'm disappointed. Now I need to get juice so I can get bigger. No, you've reached your maximum. Something most people, when it comes to their health and fitness, won't do in their lifetime. That should be an achievement in itself. I have worked so hard.
And
that
yet,
my body
well,
can't go any
he's
further.
still doing his thing.
But
He's,
no, I need performance-enhancing drugs so I can go even further.
dude, the thing with Ms. Kiff, I mean, the content that he shows, like, he's got, like, you know, younger adolescents watching him, like, and that can go for, like, you know, like Aiden Ross, for example. Like, I heavily disagree with what he broadcasts to people. I mean, to younger adolescents, but, adolescent, you know, kids, children, and/or I mean, that's disgusting. I don't know. There's something wrong with Gen Z. I don't know. Gen Z's fucked up, dude. And then this guy, he's just a bad example of the bodybuilding industry.
Further.
Excuse me, he really is.
Why? I don't get it. Maybe it's just because like I'm not.
It also connects with wrestling too, unfortunately. Which I enjoy wrestling, but
Health and fitness guru type.
even Hulk Hogan did steroids.
Like I'm the type of person that like right now I'm on my own weight loss journey.
Chris Benoit did steroids and it fucked him up.
Lose, you know, the weight just so I can get a little healthier and stuff. Like I'm not trying to end up like this guy basically. I just want to get thinner. I want to get healthier, and so I can have a longer, healthier.
You know the cool thing? All you have to do is just walk. All you have to do to get healthier, lose weight, just walk. That's all you have to do. Find a routine that works and walk.
Your life, right?
Excuse
so
me.
maybe that's why I don't understand it. But
I think it's pretty clear that The Rock was probably on steroids. Maybe he still is. There was also someone that called bullshit on him for how many calories he eats, like a day or whatever, like the 12,000. And someone was saying, you can't eat that much. Okay.
like I don't.
The
get
guy that was saying that though was saying like max you could do like, or he was like able to do like 4,000 or 6,000 a day. I don't know.
this mindset of like, gotta be bigger, gotta be buffer, have to have my veins like fucking popping out so they look like they're about to fucking explode.
Well, that's like a notable like health experts maybe calling him out on the calories that he eats a day, that he wants to eat as much as possible, work out as much as possible, so he can build as much muscle as possible.
I don't even think it looks appealing.
Okay.
If I'm being completely honest, when you're that fucking big, like that does not look appealing to me. Let me get a 1 in the chat if you think that looks appealing, and 2 if you don't. I'm genuinely curious to see.
Well, his beard, dude. Come on, man. He's the again with respect. He's the femboy attractor. He's a magnet.
I have tried several peptide combinations in an effort to increase my growth hormone, and it didn't work, meaning that my level
Which means he did it on purpose. It was with intent.
still remained below the normal level. So
Normal
yes,
level.
it's also true.
That was his excuse. He's trying to like, oh, I used the roids because his what level was below the normal level? I didn't catch that.
Testosterone.
Let me see what he said.
I don't know. Whatever he
So
said.
yes, it's true. Hormone physician.
Actually, he didn't even mention the testosterone.
Because I believe that there's a time and a place for pharmacological intervention monitored and managed by a trained hormone physician. In 2021, when I was 43 years old,
Okay.
I didn't feel 100% physically or cognitively. So I went to get monitored and managed by a trained hormone clinician to see what the fuck was going on with my life.
He didn't mention that he had lower testosterone in that.
So yes, it's true.
Interesting.
I have tried several peptide combinations in an effort to increase my growth hormone, and it didn't work, meaning that my
So technically, you could say that. I mean, he didn't even.
levels still remained below the normal level.
So he's trying to say his
Didn't even know that he was low on
normal-
testosterone. I don't
the-
understand.
The growth hormone that your body naturally produces.
It's like he doesn't even know what the testosterone. I mean, excuse me.
How do you even determine like what's the? Because again, I'm not an expert at this stuff. I have no
Well,
idea.
apparently he was.
But how do you determine like what's the normal amount of growth hormone?
I know, right? And that's going to differ, person to person.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm very confused.
I think he's confused. I think.
So yes, it's also true.
I think the Fem King is confused as well.
Finally found success in managing therapeutic levels in the normal range. Yes, this is true. I've continued on with 0.6 cc's of testosterone per week, roughly 120 milligrams of testosterone a week.
You know how he specifically puts out the numbers right there? That's interesting. Make sure you tell them how much you're doing exactly. We'll be able to throw all this underneath the rug, no problem. Excuse me.
Got all fucked up while taking nandrolone and Winstrol. My lipids got all deranged. My liver enzymes went sky high, which is why clinical oversight is an absolute must. Nope. The Liver King brand.
So
Shred him.
like,
Shred him.
You, because again, chat. Correct me if I'm wrong, but like one of his main things is that he sells products to people that he says will give you a healthier, stronger lifestyle, right?
Yep, that's where the charlatan
And
comes
he's
from.
promoting those products based on like, look at me,
From
look
plates.
At my body. My body is the byproduct of these types of supplements and this type of eating habits and this type of workout regimen. And again, you can live a life just like me if you just do these things, right? And so now he's like revealing that I wasn't just doing those things though. I was also doing steroids.
Probably doesn't even use beard oil.
And he just thinks it's like, oh yeah, that's fine. Nothing to see here. It's all done under the tutelage of a doctor, so it's fine. Move on. Like, just don't worry about it. Don't look at the man behind the curtain. Like, it's that sort of thing. What the fuck?
I know, right?
Nothing, or at least very little, to do with my business success.
Oh god, it's a freaking zombie orgy.
Already successful before the Liver King public figure, growing at 50% year over year, and still growing at the same pace after the Liver King public figure.
I mean, yeah, maybe it's possible that his supplement companies and all that stuff were doing just fine before he became a social media influencer. But you can't tell me, based off of his popularity, like he said himself, he's been making podcast appearances, he's been making media appearances, he's done TV interviews, and like all these things that get him exposure, right?
Nah, he just got excited off of steroids. They were working out for him, so he kept on going for it. It got him excited, and he just went with it, and he didn't think about the consequences, which is interesting. If he's an NI parent, didn't think about the consequences.
And all these things that have got him, and as a result, his companies and his products more exposure. So it seems to me like his goal in this video is to downplay the influence that his appearance and his body has had on his ability to sell products. And I'm sorry, but we just know that's not true. Like, I'm sure since he became a social media influencer, he's made far more money than he was making before.
Oh yeah.
As a result of like.
Well, he says no, but anyway.
Look at how big he is. Look at how
I mean, in terms
strong
of his
he is. Look at
businesses.
how healthy he looks. I could have that too if I buy his products. You know? This is such a load of shit. This is such.
You could have a shitty / garbage beard as well.
Nope.
For the low price of charlatan.
Ab etching or any other plastic surgery, and I sure as fuck never actually had gene editing done in Singapore. I made all of that up. It was all intended to be a joke, and that's an expression of ancestral tin and tin. Have a little goddamn fun. Ultimately, why did I or why do I do them? When I talk about the 80
The ad implants thing is funny, right?
Well, the fact that he mentions it.
When I was fresh out of high
Excuse
school,
me.
I used to, in between going to school, I used to have to give my sister a ride to high school.
Does The Rock say he's clean?
I remember seeing this.
But
It's
he also
kind of
doesn't
big.
End up in scenarios where he gets asked point blank, whereas Liver King goes out of his way to fucking lean into it and use it as like a marketing spiel.
The Rock should come clean right now. He should make a video in response to the Liver King video.
Probably should.
I need to talk to you because The Rock's been lying.
It's like the people. I need to speak to the people. The millions. And millions of Rock fans before he runs for president. He's got something to say to you.
I am as sorry as a man can be.
We're sold on Rokin's armchair diagnosis of the former college football and pro wrestling star. Excuse me. Interesting. Armchair diagnosis. Oh, they just be hating on Joe Rogan, huh? And they don't understand that Dwayne's a cool guy. Like, I don't. Dwayne's not gonna bash the shit out of Rogan because he said something like that. But everyone's got their toxic fans, dude. Shit. Oh, hold on. Excuse me. I thought they're like supposed to get in a fight or something.
Yeah, I know when he chose me, I don't know, man. You know, he made you spoiled, though. Yeah.
This is like the first time they met.
Yeah, and I'm one of his favorites too. You don't do shit.
By the way, The Rock is also an ENTP.
What do you mean? Your life is easy. How old are you?
He's saying his life is easy.
How can you hang around with like video like this and not be inspired to lift a few weights? Oh, well, he's gonna get me in the gym actually.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. That is a WWE catchphrase. And you just did it on the UFC stage. You son of a bitch. Oh, what does he say? Yeah, huh?
Does The Rock say he's clean?
he has implied it pretty heavily.
The Rock should come clean right now. He should make a video in response to the Liver King video. I need to talk to you because The Rock's been lying.
I mean, yeah, if you look at The Rock, how he was experimenting when he was 18 or 19. Excuse me. I think that, so The Rock, if you saw The Rock, you know, during his wrestling career, he was always like a thinner guy. You know, he wasn't exactly the most muscular guy in the world. Once he went to Hollywood, dude. Dim sex bots, they strike again. I know. It's like they never stop. So one way or another, The Rock did steroids. The question is he still doing them or not?
My arms are small. I want to go home and lift weights now. Yeah. Liver King. He strives to change the lives of millions through the promotion of his 9 ancestral tenets. Regardless if it's slamming 50 fertilized raw eggs on social media to go viral or pulling a slam of kettlebells.
Again, you call them kettlebells. The rest of us call them dumb bars. Come on, look at those dumb bars. Look at them. He's holding 2 dumb bars.
Various famous locations in the world while he's traveling around the planet, or bringing blood and testicles onto a podcast that he's a guest on, having the host eat it with him on camera. Liver King has mastered the intertwinement of virality and the message he's trying to actually push, and he has adapted to being comfortable on camera wildly quickly.
Apparently, to be successful, you just have to admit that you commonly eat bull's testicles. Bull testicles. A bull's testicle. Bull's is testiculars. He loves testiculars. The man loves his testicular balls. I wonder if he has ever dressed up as a furry. Mr. Liver King, you would make a fantastic furry for the femboys, with all due respect. Now I'm all caught up on the Liver King controversy. Isn't that so great?
Not break character, get in front of the camera and put himself in wildly awkward situations, and not flinch, not seem nervous, not seem awkward, and scream at the top of his lungs about...
And as thus, I can now entertain the masses with lots of poetic, elegant replies and rebuttals of the Liver King. The man, the myth, the terrible beard, the no body hair, no nonsense. The dude is raw.
Type stuff.
He
Over time,
is.
He has also become more
very,
and more
very
outspoken
raw.
about the brands he endorses as well. He is the owner of several businesses that sell dietary supplements aimed at those who want to get in shape, live with as much vitality and vigor as him, and his companies are
Walk. Walk. And walk some more.
essentially all centered around this ancestral living and the 9 core ancestral tenets.
Is I take the raw glandulars, we freeze dry them, we put them in capsules, and we make it so easy they can't say no. We lower the barrier of entry, which is a big thing that you do, right?
Absolutely.
We've lowered it so
What
low
is that
it's accessible
right
to
there?
everybody.
What the hell
And
is all
once you try
that?
it
It looks
almost
like someone jizzed on his face.
everybody sees the value in it, and so the repeat customers are
Either some birds took some shits, or like he just, I don't know, man.
And so this is where we started, and I just started with liver, and then the anecdotes just poured in. And so then we expanded to all the organs: heart, pancreas, spleen, kidney, bone marrow, brain, thymus.
Like how he says
you name
we.
it.
And
It's
so
just
there was
you,
such a
right?
demand. This is a true demand creation model, and people said more, more. And so we've just taken off, not just with ancestral supplements, but now there's Heart and Soil, there's Medicine Man Plant Co., there's The Fittest, there's Strong Jaw. There's quite a bit of these supplement companies that we've launched into different categories, but it's all based on ancestral living.
On a typical day, you will see him doing some sort of workout, posting some inspirational messages to encourage taking action, showing his meals on camera, endorsing an array of free...
Do we ever see him do sit-ups?
...derived organ supplements, protein shakes, and meal replacement bars. While there's nothing inherently wrong with that whatsoever, endorsing dietary supplements, it's the way he uses the viral Liver King brand to promote it that is perceived by many to be unethical.
If you want to be a top king, if you want unlimited access to cars, money, and if you want to find your queen, then you have to fuel your efforts with ancestral supplements. Liver,
Oh my God.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Liver is king. You already know with breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
The troll is real.
In several interviews, Brian Johnson has stated that his overarching goal is to show everyone how much they can improve their lives by following in his footsteps, and that these supplements he sells are just a happenstance business that supports his message, essentially.
So basically, you see all of these problems.
The troll is real.
You want to try to solve them.
It's like, what the fuck?
That you have, and one way you can get people to obey the tenets is by your different businesses, such as the supplements, such as spreading the message through Liver King, which also is, I'm sure, a great marketer towards all these other businesses that you also have.
It's the rising tide lifts all boats, right?
Right. And that's basically the whole summary of the entire Liver King brand and motivation and goal.
I think so.
When he's asked how much his businesses have grown as a result of the
Oh,
Liver
yeah,
King brand growing exponentially.
Yep, the
his
sex
reply
bots had returned.
is hardly at all.
I'm curious how all your businesses were doing before
The sexy
Liver King,
bodies.
and then once Liver King, as far as like the social
Pretty they're probably brought to us by the Liver King.
and then with
He's had enough with all his naysayers, so he's just infiltrating YouTubers with the sex bots. Speaking of the 69 ways to have
but in terms of how my other businesses grow, my
orgasmic
other businesses grow
fun.
50% a year over year. So what kind of impact have I had on these businesses is really marginal.
While many may believe that, those who understand the impact extremely viral social media content can have on site traffic, conversion potential, etc., know how absolutely absurd of a statement this is.
We like
hyped up
sequel Return of the Sex Bots.
supply chain costs, private
Me.
jet trips around the world.
Oh, there he goes with his dumbbells.
Expanding staffing needs, a full-blown social media team that follows him around, simultaneous disproportionately quick expansion of all of his existing brands that require more capital to continue to fuel their expansion, and the emergence of new brands popping up all the time under his wing that have startup costs as well associated with them. You know, the corporate accounting fees associated with it, this, that. It is clear that the revenue to support
that,
all of this
this,
has significantly increased
that,
since he
and
started his
this.
social media push. How fast it has all happened is pretty fucking wild when you think about it. And there's no doubt in my mind that the valuation of his business portfolio cumulatively has disproportionately skyrocketed since he started posting in August 2021. While the 9 ancestral tenets are general and can be applicable to anyone, Liver King clearly targets men a bit more in his content.
Because if you have your cell phone next to your dick and balls, if you're not shielding right, do you think you're optimizing your testosterone?
I know I said this earlier, but I'm going to say it again. The ancestral man has a much more favorable hormone profile than the modern day manicured man.
Liver King claims he has never used steroids or any performance-enhancing drugs to achieve his physique, and this is ultimately what gets him the most scrutiny, but is also one of the reasons he's so viral. If he didn't throw it in people's faces as much as he does, he probably wouldn't get the heat that he does, but he often pokes fun at those who speculated about it and can be generally condescending.
Liver King here. A bunch of primals keep asking if Liver King is natty or not. I decided to really face this head on and show you my stack. I stack liver and bone marrow every day. I stack the sun and the earth every day. I stack blood-burning workouts twice a day, every day. And if
Ironic with the needles.
you stack the 9 ancestral tenets, you too can express your most dominant form. And by the way,
Now deleted
this
it
is
from
my
Instagram,
cameraman
right?
idea, so tip of the hat to him. I don't even know where to get this stuff, but I will tell you this: this is filled with maple syrup. There's nothing better than that. Liver King out. It is time to put the rumors to rest. I just got my
This
blood work
time.
done, and the doc is on his way to give me the results. Okay, Liver King, I got your blood results. Show him.
He's such a great actor. He's such a great actor. He should really be up for an award, maybe an Emmy. Emmy, best horrid bearded guy with the worst sound quality ever. He's such a great actor, though. It is amazing to me. I would compare him with the Clark Gables of this world. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Don't tell him, Doc. Okay. We did find something unusual about your blood.
Low intelligence is not always an unusual thing, sir. Carry on.
Aha! I knew it! Primal!
Is Liver King natty? That's what he said.
Yeah.
I think he was like TikTok age. They say natty.
Yeah, well, first thing I'm now you're giving me a sidetrack, but I'll say this. Do you think if I was on steroids, I would have these fucking appendages down here, these legs?
Have
Do you
legs?
see how fucking little my fucking legs are? You know?
He only has 2 legs. Let that be known. Yeah, almost as if he's full of shit.
They're pretty.
Oh, pretty big? Okay, well, let me fucking go on here. Here's the thing. When I was in college, I weighed 175 pounds, and I was single-digit body fat. I started working out about 8 or 9 years old. I had already been working out for, 10 or 12 years. So now I'm 45, and I've gained less than 1 pound a year over 25 years. Less than 1 pound a year. So this is what I say to people that make this accusation. If you don't believe this is possible, then I suggest that you take that self-limiting belief, you put that shit in a fucking box, and you bury that next to all your embarrassing shit, and don't open your fucking mouth about it. Let that live with you.
The double
here over 25 years, less than 1 pound a year. So
This is Liver King. This is to you. This is yourself. This is your past self
what I
to
say
your
to people that
future
make this
self or
accusation.
your present self.
If you don't believe this is possible, then I suggest that you take that self-limiting belief, you put that shit in a fucking box, and you bury that next to all your embarrassing shit, and don't open your fucking mouth about it. Let that live with you.
Tripling down.
Damn, his
quadrupling
past
down,
self
like,
was more
the guy
intelligent than his
does
present.
not really have an off switch when it comes to leaning into this. It irritates a lot of people because he does not produce any evidence to the contrary, and he also doesn't get blood work apparently to track his health because he's so confident in his ancestral lifestyle that he believes it to be essentially unnecessary.
Are there actual hard medical downfalls or shortcomings to this diet? Higher cholesterol, are there things that you have to actively do to combat those?
Yeah, this is all rubbish, right? Like the whole
The idea of
thing.
tracking cholesterol?
All of this stuff is fucking hilarious. You could make that.
Look at
case-
Paul Logan.
No,
Let me tell you what cholesterol
but that's
is.
because that kind of shits on the face
Cholesterol,
of.
Sure, yeah, of course it does. But you stand in line, right? You buy that vegetables are healthy. You buy that you should be wearing a shirt, right? You buy that you should refer to yourself in the first person. I was
gonna ask
right?
you this.
You buy that cholesterol has something to do with heart. Let me finish this. Cholesterol is a proxy to something we don't fucking understand. If you want to know about heart disease, you need to know about your HSCRP, your inflammation. What does your insulin look like? What are your triglycerides? What the fuck is your blood pressure? More people die of heart attacks with normal goddamn fucking cholesterol, right? So this cracks me up when people are like, let me look at your cholesterol, right? It's how the fuck do you feel, right? If you got a fucking kicking ass libido.
Yeah, he doesn't
and you're
exactly
kicking ass in fucking life,
verify.
you give a fuck what your cholesterol is? I don't do any blood
Liver King, hey, you may want to in the future learn to verify your shit, especially when you're around TI users,
testing. I don't know what my cholesterol is.
I might know.
higher functioning TI users, unlike yourself. The emails.
At the start of the video, I mentioned how there was some information that came across my desk that was shocking, to say the least. This set of redacted emails
Whoa.
showed Liver King corresponding with a bodybuilding coach. So I was shocked, but also kind of not shocked at the same time. Like I felt like it was just a matter of time before something like this came out in some capacity, but obviously, it was still surprising to see the name on the piece of paper and just the detail that he went into in these emails. So let's get into it. And as far as I know, the redactions included like personal information that was irrelevant to PEDs and blood test results. It was just like payment information, phone numbers, personal information, etc. And we'll get into the blood work after. I just want to go through all the emails fully before we open the blood test results, because it gives a lot of context that then makes sense of the blood work thereafter. So this is the first email, June 29th, 2021, which is notable that this is actually almost 2 months before he started posting as Liver King on social media. And yet he seemingly filled out this contact form identifying himself as
he's completely oblivious
with an official email, Liver King,
to the consequences even of what he's doing or was doing.
Emailing through in his official email address, presumably from his company email address. So no attempt at trying to claim natural or anything, like very, very transparent in this email about what he needs to get out of this, what his goals are over the next year, and also identifying himself literally as like he was on a contact form, presumably of some website, to contact this guy.
I didn't know his name was Brian Johnson.
Brackets, like literally identified himself as Liver King. So super interesting stuff and really insightful as to what went into the strategy behind this whole brand from inception, because this is pre-social media push, keep in mind. So stoked, thank you. What's a good date and time for you to have our consultation? I live in the Republic of Texas, Houston. So I am CST, I believe that's 12 hours behind you. This is an absolute priority for me. So I will cancel almost anything planned to make this happen with you. My preferred times are 7 a.m., 8 a.m., or 9 a.m. on Wednesday CST, but could easily do 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. almost any evening. And your time, I believe that's 7 p.m., 8 p.m., or 9 p.m. on Thursday, or 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. almost any morning of the week. Please check my math on that. Since that's outside of your regular hours, I'm happy to compensate for the trouble. So let's dig right in. As it relates to my goals,
depending on other people to verify his shit.
Which is
wow, he really is an ENFJ. Wow.
And I've just hired a team to build the Liver King brand with the goal of 1 million followers by March 2022. That's like wildly specific, and I believe he actually did it before that date, which is crazy because he had 0 followers in June of 2021.
That is pretty nuts.
So within less than a year, he knew he was going to get 1 million followers all around this brand with the intention of blowing it up from day one. I'm pouring ridiculous resources into making this happen, including hosting
The dude hits his goals, that's for damn sure.
So I wanted to post a story today with a little more
oh, he's an MD, huh?
context for the Liver King situation. I posted a reel with my thoughts. I've known Brian for 5 years.
Oh no.
His social media presence began. He's a good human at his core, and I'm incredibly disappointed by the steroid revelations, which appear to be true. I think integrity is everything. The most common question that I'm getting asked now is, didn't you know, Paul, about the steroid use? The answer is no. I had my concerns about it. I had my doubts that he was free of PEDs like so many of you. But on multiple occasions when I challenged him with this, I was told
no.
The answer is no.
No.
He's not on any performance-enhancing drugs. Brian and I are both adult humans. We live thousands of miles apart from each other.
Thousands.
But I had no knowledge of his PED use, though I did have my concerns, as I said. I will take full responsibility for my lack of ability to challenge him with those concerns sooner. When he began getting traction on social media, I should have brought my concerns about the truthfulness, the veracity of his statements, his claims that he was not using PEDs to him sooner. And like I said, I will take full responsibility for that.
You're protecting a friend. You don't need to do the save your political ass thing. Just say you're protecting your friend. I think most people would get that.
It was my mistake, but I did not know about that. And I think that it is good that we now know what appears to be the reality. I fear for his health long term. I have concerns for his family, and I hope that he will use this as an opportunity to move forward in a positive way.
That'd probably be the most important part right there, moving forward.
And to live his life in a truly ancestrally consistent way. The interesting thing about Brian is that he does live his ancestral tenets. I've seen that firsthand. He's true about that, but he made a big mistake not being truthful about the PED use, and I hope this will be his opportunity to do a hard thing, to be truthful with his audience, many of whom have found benefits, many of whom, like myself, feel misled. But I hope that his health will improve as he gets off these substances, which he doesn't
The goal
need
is to get him off?
and
Is that
don't
the
really
goal?
contribute to his message in any way, shape, or form.
He'll shrivel up.
I care about him.
He'll shrivel up and die.
Him as a human.
He'll lose those abs. Oh no.
I look forward to direct conversations with him.
Excuse me.
And I think this will be a good moment for him long term in his life. And he will be healthier and around for his kids longer term. So hopefully that answers your questions, guys. Again, I take full responsibility for not challenging him with my concerns sooner. I should have done that, but I had no knowledge of his use of PEDs. I was misled, but I did make mistakes as well.
I don't think that ends well for him. He gets off those steroids.
A video guy that will be living at my guest house and a film crew that will be filming 7 days a month stated I have
Oh, I hate it after. Don't you hate it like when you eat something or eat a large meal?
2 months off per year.
You just
And we
your
said
body just
off per
crashes
year,
for
like,
like 30
very much
minutes.
applying
It's like,
hormone
oh,
use.
dude.
Here's a clip of where I'm at currently. So this is a link to an Instagram post. Ancestral Supplements, May 8th, 2021. The keys to living an optimal life. And Brian the Liver King Johnson. Okay, so he was identifying himself as the Liver King for a while, but this is before his actual Liver King social media was created. And he looks pretty yoked here. Like, he looks sick still. Presumably, that is mainly what this, coaching was really about, was to get as saucy as fucking hell, essentially.
Saucy as hell.
And you know what would be really interesting, of which this is very well possible? The Liver King, he's playing 4D chess with us. Coach Greg, and in today's video, the coach who leaked and exposed the Liver King, well, we seem to know who it is. We can't be 100% sure, but, well, we're about 99% sure at this point.
You pissed off
So
the wrong
buckle up.
person.
This is what we're going to talk about. Last night, from one of you guys out there, someone sent me a link to her Reddit. I went on the Reddit. I started reading the Reddit, and my mind was blown.
And so who is this coach? Well, it just happens to be a very close friend to Derek from More Plates, More Dates. This was actually posted on Reddit. It went into detail, exposing exactly why we think that Vigorous Steve is, in fact, the Liver King's coach. And so there are several clues that make it seem like Vigorous Steve was, in fact, Liver King's coach. The first is that this coach is from a time zone about 12 hours apart from the Liver King. And so it can't be anyone in Canada, the United States. It has to be halfway across the world.
I live in Thailand. My fault, not your fault. I live in Thailand, which is pretty much the opposite time zone of the Western world.
And Vigorous Steve, who lives in Thailand, just happens to be about 12 hours apart from Liver King. And the next clue, and I feel as if it's Sherlock Holmes doing this investigation.
By the way, does this guy sound like Scrappy Dappy Doo or what?
Is that Vigorous Steve had just had an MRI done, and he made it public on YouTube.
And let's close off this video with the cardiac MRI results, which were performed on the same day as the cardiac echocardiogram or cardiac ultrasound.
And Liver King wrote and said, I hope you've done well on your MRI. And so what are the odds of this? Somebody just had an MRI, made it public, and he speaks to this and lives in Thailand. And add to that Liver King was asked to do compulsory poses, quarter turns, front double bicep, and so on. Well, Vigorous Steve is in fact a bodybuilder, and he would know how to do those poses. Not all coaches are going to say, hey, I want to see you do a back double bicep. And given the fact that these private emails were shared to someone, it seems to make sense that it would have to be from a friend of Derek. And so this is not definitive proof, but it is a very strong case to say Vigorous Steve is most likely the coach of the Liver King. And so is it in fact Vigorous Steve? Well, I'm hoping Vigorous Steve will make a video to address this. Whether it's him or not him, don't we want to know? If somebody is accusing you of this, somebody saying, hey, I think it's you, you can very easily make a video and say, nope, it isn't. Great guess. I can see why you thought that, but it's not me. Or you can say, yeah, it's me. I did it. So what? I can do what I want. Now, if you go to Reddit and you want to see this information, of which thousands of people have already seen it, well, you can't see it anymore. Why? Well, because Derek or his moderators decided to take it down. Why would we want anyone to know the truth? Why would we want the public to find out about this? And so you can debate me on whether or not these emails should be leaked, but should we then go and censor our Reddit?
Someone was worried about him being canceled.
And take down the posts that people are making? When people write comments on my wall, I don't like Coach Greg. I think he's an a-hole. I hate this guy.
Hey, you pointed out.
You think I go there and take the post down, that I delete them? I don't do that. People can write what they want. And so if somebody has a story and it's interesting, and
I'm sorry.
anything talking about the Liver King right now, everyone's going to watch. Derek exposed the Liver King. He already has, in a matter of 2 days, 2 million views. One of his best, most entertaining videos of all time. 2 days, 2 million views. And so, of course, everyone is going to talk about it. And so there's a huge financial incentive to talk about this, discuss it, go back and forth. And you know what would be really interesting, of which this is very well possible? The Liver King, he's playing 4D chess with us. Not 3D, 4D. He's light years ahead of us.
Liver King is smart. This guy premeditated a way to rip people off. And I say rip people off because it was sold under false pretenses.
Perhaps the Liver King is a genius in disguise. You're all thinking, oh, this ended the Liver King's career. Really?
No.
How many of you actually thought he was natural? About 5% according to the surveys. And so 95% of the people already know he was lying. At least we believe he is. 5% did not think so. And so if there is definitive proof showing that he is lying, do you really think it's going to negatively affect his business?
You look at some of these channels where somebody's chugging along on YouTube and they have nothing, right? Then all of a sudden they change their voice to a high-pitched nasally voice and they start doing other things and they suddenly blow up.
And so now millions of people are talking about him again. And so what does that do? Makes him even more popular. You ever watch the WWE? There are the good guys and the bad guys.
The heels and the
You can't have
faces.
one without the other.
The bad guy.
If everyone's a good guy, it's boring. You need to have that evil villain. You need to have that fake natty.
Some of us like our anti-heroes, like the Stone Cold Steve Austins in the world. Oh hell yeah!
You think this is going to hurt his business? You're wrong. Guaranteed, he's making more money than last time.
I couldn't be more grateful for some of the guys sitting on the couch, making reaction video, surfacing new information that's gonna lead to some goddamn good discussions.
And so the Liver King, he's watched the videos. He's seen what people are saying. And so what is the response?
Good morning, primals. Lots of exciting distractions attempting to pull me away from my highest priorities.
And so apparently all you have to do is talk about another problem that's a real problem in the real world. And that will diffuse people's attention to what...
Well, see, the problem is, if he is indeed an FE Dom, then he's getting all his, basically he's intellectually living off of people. He's absorbing from people. So everything he's getting is from other people. So he has a constant source of information that he's acting upon. So he's as intelligent as the people around him are. And if he's got a lot of intelligent people, then he's reaping the benefits from that as an FE Dom. It's definitely not coming from within. That's for damn sure. It's coming from the people around him. He just has a lot of smart people around him.
You're actually doing.
When you know that our people are hurting at record rates.
Which is funny because the TI users, since they're the higher function TI users, they see through it. They're like, no, you're stupid.
And struggling with depression, anxiety, infertility, autoimmune conditions, low energy, low libido, and low ambition in life. And there's a better life to live. It's a simple, elegant solution. It's called ancestral living.
And so what does that have to do with you taking thousands of dollars of growth hormone, testosterone, DECA, and Winstrol? How does that affect that? His response could have been, well, if you're on HRT taking growth hormone, perhaps you'll be less depressed. And that is actual science. There is truth to that.
It can change your life tomorrow. When you know exactly where to point your energy at, it gives you clarity. It gives you drive. It gives you determination.
What does that have to do with anything? That you lying about taking growth hormone, testosterone, that somehow is going to help other people's rate of suicide? What is going on with that?
I couldn't be more grateful for some of the guys.
He always has to have
sitting
some
on the
meat in front of
couch
him.
Making reaction video,
The
surfacing
dude loves his meat. He loves his meat and he loves his bones.
information that's gonna lead to some goddamn good discussions.
And so what I take from that is that the Liver King loves this. Derek's making videos, I'm making videos, Nick Trilogy,
Yeah.
everyone is making videos about the Liver King. And so it allows us
And,
to talk
yeah.
more about it.
Everyone's
So
making
it's
money
more
off of it.
eyeballs and more money. And so is the Liver King playing 4D chess? Now, personally, I would never imagine a coach leaking this information. I can't understand it. Having coached people for years, thousands of people, obviously I know a lot about what...
Well, no, not when you know how much money. No, when he's making lots of money, when Mr. Liver King is making a shit ton of money, and something goes wrong, it rubs. He probably rubbed the guy the wrong way.
people have taken, not taken, and not everyone wants their private information. In fact, most don't want their private information.
Coach probably
shared
wanted
with
his
the rest of the world.
piece
And
or
to
her
me,
piece.
It's like a doctor-patient relationship. And so no matter what, if a guy's a fake natty, you don't like the guy having a beef, you can't just go and expose it. Imagine you're...
I guess you wouldn't want to know about that doctor that was the Xbox fanboy doctor with the surgical stuff, and yeah.
friends with the coach for a year, you're telling him all your secrets. Hey, I do this. My wife doesn't know that I'm on HR. I didn't want them to know about it. And then after a year, they say, I don't like this guy. And then they go and share with the world. Not cool.
I hope, for my own sake as a journalist, for what I do, I hope he doubles down. I hope
BB
he
and
triples
BS.
down on the fact that he's still natural.
I can't wait to find out more information. I'm sure Nick will be posting multiple videos talking about this. And so can't wait to see how the story unfolds.
I bet you
Let me know
can.
in the comment section. Do you think the Liver King is going to make more money or less money
Well, odds are he's probably gonna make more money. That's what it looks like.
after all this goes down? Is this actually the end of the Liver King, or is it just the beginning? Subscribe and click the bell button, comment for the algorithm. Don't forget to at least watch one of those two.
It's not like he's going around with guns like the Tiger King, threatening to kill everyone, and then also breeding tigers that are illegal to have. Anyway.
Within reason of not killing yourself and pushing your brand in as viral of a way as possible. I've been working out for 35 years. I know how to train, eat, rest, and recover. I even have a hard shell hyperbaric chamber at my house.
Ooh.
But as I've reached my mid-40s, it's getting harder and the back fat fucking kills me. To support these exhaustive efforts, I've recently started taking Omnitrope. So if you guys don't know Omnitrope, this is pharmacy-grade human growth hormone. The brand, it is created by the pharmaceutical company Sandoz, I believe it is. The 5.8 milligram vials from Empower Pharmacy, $11,000 per month for my new dose, which is 4 vials per week, 16 vials per month. So these 5.8 milligram vials, he's using 4 vials per week, 16 vials per month. What is that in international units? Most of you guys are probably more familiar with HGH dosages in international units. In general, for somatropin, recombinant HGH, 1 milligram equals 3 international units. So for each 5.8 milligram vial of Omnitrope, that has the equivalent of approximately 17.4 IU somatropin. So he mentioned 4 vials per week, 16 vials a month. I believe he mentioned in his email here, 16 vials a month. So that is going to be roughly 69.6 international units of recombinant human growth hormone per week, which is roughly 10 international units per day, which is like
The truth always comes out. It's only a matter of time. With the Liver King, it took 1.5 years. And with me, due to all of the internet detectives out there nowadays, it only took 2 or 3 days. So whoever pieced it together first and posted
That
it on
shit goes
Reddit,
through really
you're
fast
obviously
these
a
days.
fan, you're part
With
of
these
the
content
crew,
creators especially.
And yes, I owe you a drink. Yes, that was indeed my old questionnaire. And yes, I am the guy that shared those private emails with Derek for more plates, more dates. After more compelling evidence started to surface that the Liver King was indeed using performance-enhancing drugs. I don't think it comes to a surprise to anybody in the fitness community, But there were plenty of people out there who believed the lie up until the documentary was released. Hypothetical question for you. If somebody signs up for coaching and you have to refund them after 2 or 3 weeks of miscommunication and a ton of red flags, does that really count as coaching? I felt very conflicted about this entire situation for the last 1.5 years. But after I saw the apology video and the statement by Paul Saladino, I felt horrible. I should have released this information months ago, the first time this guy started to claim natural publicly. If you want to know why...
I like how all these guys are like, they have all these subscribers and stuff. It's very interesting. It really does take a... Wow, man. It takes a while for these groups of people to kind of like, you know, build up. But once they are, it's like, it's all there. If something goes wrong, controversial, like all these guys are there. They're all building themselves together. So it's like, if something happens controversially, it's so easy now to trace them. Because like, look at Vigorous C68 fucking subscribers. He can't hide anywhere if he's around controversy. There's no fucking way he could do it. Fucking 118K views in 2 days.
Against the cardinal rule of online coaching.
He was probably looking and was like, oh dude, man, this is money.
The lies.
Thanks, Brian.
Stick around, I'll explain everything in this video. I gave Derek permission to use these emails in a redacted
you just
form
like making us
to
have to
help
fast
Brian,
click, don't
aka
you?
Liver King, finally come clean and end the lies dead in their tracks, which to a certain extent he did. He admitted to experimenting and taking the performance-enhancing drugs. At the time, he filled out the questionnaire, and then he patched one lie with another lie, saying that he's currently under doctor-supervised testosterone replacement therapy.
Okay.
Take it from me. Nobody
That was
else
Paul.
on this planet
Okay.
looks like that.
Scrappy Dappy Doo.
Just by itself.
Scrappy
Now,
Dappy
look at the
Doo.
timeline of when he started getting popular. Now he looks better. Now he looks leaner. Now he looks fuller. So if he already admitted to IGF-1 LR3 CJC 1295 with ipamorelin, albuterol, omnitrope, testosterone cypionate, decadurabolin, and winstrol 1.5 years ago, what is he using now? And who's guiding him currently?
Oh shit.
Now looking back on
Oh
it,
shit, he's going down the rabbit hole, isn't he?
and transparent on the questionnaire either. He just gave me enough information to help him fix his IGF-1 levels, but his blood work results weren't very representative of the cycle that he presented to me, not regarding the use of anabolic androgenic steroids. So while he at the time said he was on a cruise dose of testosterone cypionate, how many blasts or how many actual cycles he did previously, I don't know. We didn't really get that far in our coaching collaboration because it only lasted 2 or 3 weeks. And how many cycles and blasts he did afterwards, I'm not entirely sure either. What I do know is that physique is not very representative of a testosterone replacement therapy dose, which is medically accepted. Now, it does make sense, though, that Paul Saladino...
Yeah, it
didn't
is
know what was
definitely
going
quite
on.
interesting.
I mean, why would you go to somebody else to interpret your blood work results and help you with your performance-enhancing drug stack when your business partner and your good long-term friend doesn't know what you're doing with your body? So let's rewind the clock a little bit and explain exactly what happened 1.5 years ago. Brian contacted me for coaching. He wanted to sign up for an entire year, but at that time, I was slowly trying to phase out my coaching services so I could focus more of my time on this YouTube channel. I told him I wanted to do a consultation first so we could have a feel for each other, see what his goals were, see if I could fix anything during the consultation and maybe not accept him. But since he was so driven, since he was financially secure and very eager to get started, basically the clientele that I like to work with, I decided to take him on for 6 months, a shorter period of time than he proposed, but usually within 6 months it's enough to really feel each other out and see if you want to continue the coach-client relationship. I sent him the coaching questionnaire, he filled it out all by himself, and when I got it back, I started getting concerned for his health. The diet he was on, the performance-enhancing drug protocol he was taking, and the blood work results left a lot of room for improvement, but I felt confident that with time, I could improve his current state of health and lead him towards his goals. So I started working on his nutritional program, which contains the supplements that he was currently taking, the performance-enhancing drugs, and the overall daily schedule. This is a Excel sheet that I use for all of my clients. It contains all of the micronutrients as well as the amino acids, the carbohydrate breakdown, and the fatty acids. It's very extensive, all of the minerals and vitamins that all the food sources contain. Let's just say that everything that I know about nutrition, he wasn't really doing properly. A lot of simple sugars, a lot of saturated fat, a lot of fat in general, very high retinol vitamin A intake. So everything he was currently doing at the time 1.5 years ago, I put into an Excel sheet and presented it to him with a list of recommendations as a starting point. Now, that took a little while to compose. Again, at the time, my coaching services were slowly being phased out. I was quite busy. I guess he was very busy as well because we had a lot of miscommunication and the coach-client relationship only ended up lasting 2 to 3 weeks. I asked him to do additional health screening going forward. He told me he felt fine. That's a huge red flag for me. I've heard this 100 times before from competitive bodybuilders. They're very reluctant to really get their health in order, knowing that this was going to turn into a headache and wanting to phase out the coaching
You're like, fuck
services
this.
anyway. I decided to refund him his money. I told him we were not going to be a good match, and I never heard from him again. Now, looking back on it, what he wanted me to do is be his drug guy secretly. Thus, I would have been complicit in this lie all along. And if I knew what was going to happen, what the Liver King was going to turn into, man, I wouldn't be able to live with myself. At one point or another, when he started claiming natural, I would have dropped him as a client anyway and refunded him at that point in time. If I knew what he was going to turn into, I would have never sent him the questionnaire. So for the last 1.5 years, I've been sitting on the sideline, biting my lip, keeping this information
Well, that's just
private,
damning if true.
watching the lie get worse and worse and worse and turn into a lie of its own. And I'm very sorry that there were so many people out there that actually believed that the Liver King was drug-free and that you could follow these tenets ending up with a body like his, but that's simply not the case. If you want to look like that, you'll have to take some performance-enhancing drug. There's no testosterone replacement therapy that is going to make you look like this. A heavy cycle for the large majority of the people is required, even if you have great genetics. If you want to have realistic expectations of what a diet like that, a carnivore diet,
Not everyone
turn
can
your
be
physique into,
can be
look at
Chad.
Paul Saladino instead. He's quite lanky, but he's thin, he's lean, he has a good physique. In my opinion, he posts his blood work frequently, and based on his blood work results, I believe him to be drug-free. Now, if you were to train for bodybuilding or fitness specifically, I think he'd be more muscular than he is now, but he is physically active. So, if you want to go with a carnivore diet, follow Paul Saladino instead. I'm sure he's heartbroken by this news. I truly feel bad for the guy, unless he's covering his ass, but I honestly don't think so. I think he wasn't really in the know, but to be fair, he could have pressed him a lot harder, especially considering that he's friends with him and that they're business partners for the last couple of years. Now, for the guys out there that think they can follow a cycle like this and end up like the Liver King, I hate to shatter your dreams, but it's not going to happen. Following a diet like that, ending up like the Liver King, it's not going to happen. If anything, combining this stack of performance-enhancing drugs with that diet is going to worsen your health. And before I forget, whoever's working with the Liver King currently, coaching him, reviewing his blood work results, giving him performance-enhancing drug advice, you've been complicit the entire time because you know he wasn't natural, just like I knew, but I wasn't working with him and I refunded him. You know exactly what he was taking, and while he was lying on all of these podcasts, lying to his best friend and business partner, and who knows whoever else he's been lying to, you've been complicit the entire time. Now you can come forward and share a statement of your own. Yes, it's going to be highly uncomfortable, just like it's uncomfortable for me. It might be career suicide. You're going to get a ton of hate. Everybody in the fitness industry is going to have an opinion of your behavior. But ultimately, it's the right thing to do. And one more thing, if this was all planned out, which is this point wouldn't really surprise me. I mean, there's a whole media team behind the Liver King. Those emails that he sent to me, those emails that he sent to Derek and one of his co-workers or employees sent to Derek, if this was all planned meticulously so he could come clean and then open up a testosterone replacement therapy or hormone replacement therapy clinic, man, I wouldn't know what to say. I'll leave it here.
I got watchers in different places. Nice.
The Joe Rogan.
All right, mister. I'm going to go ahead and get ready for my Twitch stream later, so I'll see you around, all right? It was good chatting with you, and this Liver King bullshit. I tell you, man. It is some bullshit, man. I can't believe he's going to be reaping the benefits from this. So, he still has a chance to succeed. I think that's bullshit. Excuse me. So.
Daniel.
And then for everyone else watching, you know, I hope you guys appreciate the stream. I hope everyone checks me out. Again, I also do Twitch. So every day I do Twitch and I also have a Discord people can join in on too, as some others might know as well. And even currently. And So, all right. Peace out all.